Hello, hello. Oh, is that the wrong button? That's the wrong button. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a very, very inconsequential stream. Nothing big happening today. Absolutely not. Just me, the Mentok, here to talk to you about Nintendo. There's nothing crazy happening. I'm just kidding. We all know what's happening. The Switch 2 is here. The Direct is in 20 minutes time for Nintendo Switch 2. I have it open over here. You can tell I don't stream in the mornings because my brain is like going at 1 mile per hour. Let me get the chat open. I don't even have the chat open. Ah, there it is. Okay. Enoch, Zombie Souffle, welcome, welcome. Georgito, Eric, it is time. Let's go. And some dude, welcome to the stream. Round of applause for you all. Yes. Wherever you may hail from, I think today is a pretty big day, man. This is, gosh, do you guys remember when the original Switch was announced? Like, I felt like the hype online was insane. Maybe it's because we're missing Etika now. Like, it's just like it's not the same without him. I wasn't streaming at that time, but like just the hype on the internet was like everybody was screaming for everything when it came to the Switch. I guess because they were like so disappointed from the Wii U that it was like it was such a moment when they're like, okay, well, here's something cooler. You know, even though like I'm not throwing shade at the Wii U, I actually love that system. I have it kept right behind me over here with the gamepad. The gamepad was clutch. I'd watch Netflix on that gamepad all the time. Anyway, I have my tea here, so I'm trying to wake myself up a little bit. Started the stream a little bit early, like 5 minutes early, just to see what's up with everybody. But as you guys know, Nintendo Switch 2 is here. The Direct starts in a few minutes, so what are they gonna announce? That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest question. What are they gonna announce? How much? And I think when does it release? Because that's another thing. And can I get my pre-order? You know what? Before this even happens, before we even get into any of that, I'm opening up Best Buy. We don't support Target anymore. Best Buy, Walmart, and GameStop. Just in case they say something like, oh, pre-orders start right after this Direct. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready. Look at this. This is here. So I feel like Best Buy would probably be the best outlet, but I don't know. We'll see. All right. So yes, just so everybody's aware, here are my predictions. Here's my productions. Everyone's saying that the Switch 2 might retail at about $400. I want to know what the chat thinks about that. I miss my Wii U. I got it for Wind Waker HD. Can we get a re-release of Wind Waker HD as well? Like, what's going on with that? And Twilight Princess? I'm just saying, we need those two games. I need those two games. It would help me tremendously for those videos that I would put out at some point. But yeah, people are thinking that the Switch 2 will retail at about $400. Any more than that, and then you're starting to get into like the too expensive territory. I think $400 is a fair price. If they hit me with the $350, it's a done deal. You know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna be $300 though. Mystery Driver saying, I'm not gonna be an early adopter anymore. I always miss out on special edition consoles. No more. That is a great point. Because as soon as you buy it, right? You buy the vanilla original version of any console, they always decide, here's your special Monster Hunter Animal Crossing Louis Vuitton edition. And it's going to be cheaper than the original, $250. I totally feel you, man. You know, sometimes sometimes people just say, hey, I'm gonna wait for the console to come out so that the first people can get all the errors out the way too. And I respect that opinion as well. Sometimes you save money long term that way anyway. Because at the end of the day, it is just entertainment. Though entertainment is important for your life. Breaking bank on these things, like especially like when you're working hard and you have like a bunch of other priorities, maybe it's best to wait sometimes, even for that new game that's now $70. You know what I'm saying? Can we put Persona 6 on the bingo card? Yes. So how much time do I have? 15 minutes. All right. So I don't have time for the formalities. We got to go into the games, right? So my guess, here's my guess. Here's my guess. I'm going to go for $400. This is my little notepad that you guys can barely see, but I'm going to put $400. It'd either be $350 or $400. The price is right. Let's go at $400. Nintendo Switch 2. Retail price. And then I put a bunch of games. So I'm going to put chat predictions for games because we don't have a formal bingo card today. I failed at that. If it's $400, I double. I'll buy it unless it's on sale or a bundle or a coupon. Yeah, I don't blame you for that. Pharaoh says I need a $350. Let's go like I hope it's $350. I think $400 is a little steep too. But let's hope for $350. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys so someone said Mario new RPG. A Mario RPG 2 would be like pretty insane if they did that. They just came out with Mario and Luigi Brotherhoodship. I know it's like it has a weird name. I was gonna call it like Brotherhood. I think it's Brothership. I've been playing that one, but like the new Mario RPG this soon. We'll see. Somebody said Persona 6. I'm also guessing. Let's say Final Fantasy. No, this is my prediction. I'm gonna say Final Fantasy 9 remake. Because there's been some hype going around that. Final Fantasy 9 is like my favorite Final Fantasy, by the way. So if they do that, we'll see. We'll see how I react. Because either it's a good thing or a bad thing if they remake it. So I have games that are up for grabs right now. We haven't had a 3D Mario game in forever. So I was thinking that there would be 2 on the Switch and there was only 1. Odyssey, phenomenal game. But what if we have Super Mario Universe coming out as a launch title? Mario is always somewhat of a launch title, if not like released a couple years after the launch of the console. So we definitely have Mario Kart 9. I think that's the only game that we know of right now. 3D Mario game, yeah, somebody called that. What does PL stand for? My brain is okay. Professor Layton. Professor Layton. Didn't they announce one already? They announced one a while back. So games that are up for grabs right now, we haven't had Mario in a while. Animal Crossing has not been in rotation in a bit too, and that's from the Splatoon team. So the fact that Splatoon 3 finished a while back, like a few months back, maybe it's been a year now. Time is going crazy in my mind right now. But Animal Crossing and Splatoon are somewhat of the same team most of the time. Nintendo could switch that around. So I'm thinking that while they were easing out on the content for Splatoon 3, they're already at work on the next Animal Crossing. So I think it's likely. And then, New Horizons was like one of the most, I think like COVID was a big factor in that, but it was one of their biggest titles for the Switch. So a follow-up for that would be awesome. I put Donkey Kong here as well. Since he has a redesign, I feel like they're cooking up something with Donkey Kong. Unless I'm totally tripping about that redesign in Mario Kart, and that's just Donkey Kong Jr. grown up or something like that. Or if they change the lore or whatever. Metroid Prime, I think Metroid Prime is definitely gonna be there too as well. Metroid Prime 4, but would we get a Metroid 6? Let's think about that for a sec. We might get a Metroid 6. All right, Zelda I think is on break right now. We just had Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. We just had that one come out, and then Tears of the Kingdom took forever. So I doubt that there's gonna be a follow-up for a huge Zelda game. If there is one, it's either a remake or a spin-off. But I think Zelda needs a little break right now. I have a Mario sports game as well. I don't care which one. It's been a while since the last one, I believe. So there's definitely going to be a Mario sports title. Kirby and Yoshi have been out of rotation for a bit. Forgotten Land, Forgotten World, whatever that one is. That's another one that we haven't seen in a bit. So I have those two. A Wii Sports type game. And what I mean by that is that there's always like this console launch title that these systems have. So Wii Sports, I think, what was the one for the Wii U? Like some Nintendo Land. For the Switch, it was 1-2 Switch. So I think for the Switch 2, there's definitely going to be one of those like things that they mess around with in the lane of Wii Sports. So that's going to be another, I think. I put Animal Crossing twice, so you can tell that's what I want. It seems early for Splatoon, but if I'll put teaser here. I'll say that you guys said the teaser. I think it's highly unlikely. I think Splatoon's going to take a little break, but they seem to churn these out really quickly. I also have Star Fox, just because I made a video about it recently. They haven't touched Star Fox in a while, and I don't know. Either you come out big with Star Fox, or you just ignore Star Fox and move on with your life. F-Zero, I don't know if they'll follow up on F-Zero, but I have it there just in case. Kid Icarus is up for grabs as well. We heard Sakurai has been working on a game for the last few years, based on like the last video that he posted on his YouTube channel. So it could be either Smash or Kid Icarus. I think people are anticipating a new Smash. I don't know, man. Star Fox has been getting a lot of the Wii U wasn't so bad videos lately. Yeah, well, I don't know, like I think Star Fox is just like a thing. Like I think it just came out like it was so groundbreaking in the Super Nintendo era that everything after that has been You guys get my like opinion on that in my Star Fox videos, where I believe Nintendo hasn't really like put the oomph that they could into a game like that. Like I don't want to be cliche and say give it the Breath of the Wild treatment, but like something that's similar to I guess there's no real game that's out there like that, but I want to say like you can fly through space like No Man's Sky type thing, but you have a limited amount of planets that are all fleshed out, like Knights of the Old Republic type thing, but not an RPG either. And then you have like the normal like dog fights that you do. I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do with animals in space. So I don't know why we continue to do the same Andros Lilat Wars plot every single time. Fire Emblem. Why did I not think of Fire Emblem, bruv? I love Fire Emblem. Though Engage didn't engage me. If there's anything that comes out that's like the Three Houses, oh, I adored that game. I think that was my game of the year that year, was Fire Emblem: The Three Houses. Starlink, yes, I remember they did something like that. Starlink, man, they dropped Starlink pretty quickly, but it was nice to have a Star Fox cameo in there, or at least an Arwing, I believe. Eric, what's going on? Eternal Darkness 2, do you really want me to put that down? Let's do that. Did I miss anything? Kirby had Dreamland Deluxe. Oh yes, that was recent, but it's kind of like a remake. Either Mario Paint or a remaster. Mario Paint or a Mario Tactics Civ game. That's pretty cool. Let's put that down. I think it's highly unlikely, but let's see. Mario Tactics? I don't know if they'll follow up with the Rabbids games that they made. Is it Rabbids? Mario and Rabbids? Yeah, like for some reason my brain can't even fathom that was a thing. Fox was in the game, had dialogue and cutscenes. It was cool they did that. I should have talked about that a little bit in my videos. I thought about it, but like I never dived in. My time is a little bit limited. Wii Sports Deluxe. Let me see, did I miss anything else? No, I think I got everything. So unless you guys have any other predictions, I would throw them in the chat. Zombie Souffle said, I would love a new Katamari, but not holding my breath. Let's say new Katamari. I actually heard that they were trying to ramp that up, because there hasn't been a new Katamari since the creator left. And I love that game. It's like the coziest game, but also like stressful at the same time. The one for the PlayStation 3, I'm surprised they haven't re-released that because it's awesome. That one was like amazing. Oh, Katamari needs some love. Are you guys ready for Smash 6 to get announced? No, we did Nintendo Land 2 first, my friend. Okay, I'm putting that on the list as well. Nintendo Land 2, please come through. Oh, do you guys know the content I'm gonna make on Nintendo? Well, I don't know. I've already exhausted the Nintendo Land content, so I doubt they're gonna follow up. But I would love to see my main bitch Monita come back. Monita. Conquered's Bad Fur Day. Come on, Nintendo. I know that's highly unlikely. I'm not even gonna put it down, but bet it's probably gonna watch it happen because I don't put it down. All right, and then Smash 6. I don't know. I feel like we don't need it, but Smash Ultimate is everything you need out of a Smash game. Just port it over. I would love for them to port it over. But that's what I was saying about Smash 4 to the Switch, and then I was proven wrong by Sakurai, so I don't know. So I did not showcase. We have about 5 minutes till showtime. What I didn't showcase was the last direct for the Nintendo Switch, which was on March 27th. Some things, Donkey Kong Country. I do have Donkey Kong listed here. Now, I think if Nintendo is going to move forward with Donkey Kong, I don't think it's going to be Donkey Kong Country. That's just my guess. If it's an in-house Donkey Kong game, not made by like Retro Studios or Rare, it's going to be Donkey Kong something else. Maybe Donkey Kong needs another shot at a 3D game, like something brand new. I was thinking that the Mario team was working on that after Odyssey. There was like huge rumors that that was the case, and then that never came to fruition. So maybe they were messing around with an idea and then just dropped it. But we will see. Donkey Kong, I think, needs some like hands-on Nintendo love though. Miyokone! What is going on? Welcome. I have my chamomile tea here, man. It's so refreshing at this time of day. All right, some things that I missed from this direct. Just the most important things because I'm limited on time. If you guys haven't played the AI Somnium files, go check that out because that was actually a really cool series. They have like 2 solid games. And it gets a little weird at times, but it has a great plot. So go try it out if you like games like Ace Attorney and stuff like that. But that's not what I meant to talk about. Oh, and the Raito games are being remastered. Man, I miss this. I miss these games, man. They're just like just action adventure fun for the Shin Megami Tensei series. That's not what I meant to talk about though. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond got a little bit of a showcase here. I mean, what can I say about this? It looks like Metroid Prime. Like this looks like the next thing for Metroid Prime. You know, and then there's this whole like gravity powers that you can use and stuff like that. I would love to stream this live, honestly, because I think like I have a newfound love for Metroid after all my videos on it. I think that's some of like my best work. Not to pat myself on the back, like I just really loved putting that one together. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this game, even though it doesn't look like it's like building on much. It looks just like more Metroid Prime, which is a good thing, I think. But they may surprise me, you know what I'm saying? So there's not much to say there. And then the other major one was Tamagotchi Plaza. No, I'm just kidding. We have 2 minutes. Pokemon Legends ZA, I think that's how you say it. This is the follow-up to Arceus. I really sunk a lot of time in that original one. So this looks like it's coming up into, like it's becoming something pretty nice. I know people say that this looks like garbage, but you guys know Game Freak can't develop. they know how to like make a gameplay loop, but they can't make things look good. You know what I mean? So it's fine. We'll work through this. The only other one that I really think was a big deal for me was, I'm not gonna touch everything because it starts in a minute. Tomodachi Life. If you guys played this for the 3DS, this is a treat, and I think this is gonna be huge for like the current market. I think Nintendo was ahead of the game with the original, because now this I think is gonna be huge for like streamers and stuff like that. But I guess we'll talk more about that some other time. Stream is gonna start in a minute. What I'll do, guys, if I get 5 super chats today, because I will be streaming for like an hour. If I get 5 super chats, I will stream the Minish Cap next week. How about that? So I'll go ahead and set a timer for an hour. There we go. Wait, no, not $5 and above anyone's. Any. Can I fix that? I'm gonna fix that goal. Hold on. Start another goal. All right. Yes, any super chat. If I get 5 of them within the next hour, I will do a Minish Cap stream because we can do goals now on here. So I think that's pretty cool. Thiago, welcome. Hi, I'm on my job, but I'm here for the direct. Well, you've come to the right place. I'm gonna turn this off. 30 seconds, people. This is a big deal. This is a pretty big deal. I could not miss this. Snake, the direct is beginning now. It's beginning right now. I wonder if they'll fix the teleport to the roof thing. Huge in Japan. Which game are we talking about in that? Metroid? Oh no, Tamagotchi. I almost said Tamagotchi Life. Yes! Thank you. I might have to shut up my All right, Sonic. Thanks for that. Thank you, 1001 Johnny for the $5 donation. All right, let's get hype, people. Tamagotchi Life is diabolical, I know. Welcome to the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. What is this, Labo? Or are they rebranding? Oh, they're rebranding the Direct. I'm gonna miss the clicking sound, man. We don't have the click sound anymore, it seems like. All right, here's our first reveal. Mario Kart. But we knew this was a thing, but I'm glad that we can get this in full HD now.
Let's go.
All right. Hey, it's Luigi. I like Princess Peach's little redesign there. It's kind of nice. Sleek. Daisy. We need a new princess, man. We need a new princess to loot. I'm tired of these four people. Hey, we got a $10 super chat from BMV. I might have to shut up my my alert box really quickly though. I'll turn off notifications, but I'm keeping track of super chats. So that's 2 super chats. 3 more and I'll stream Minish Cap next week. Why a random cow? I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. This actually looks awesome, man. Because Mario Kart 8 is basically a port from the Wii U. So this is like finally all new content. You know what I'm saying? This is what I expected for the Switch. Mario Kart World! I feel like we should have had one named that for a long time ago. Hey, it's young people!
And I'll be one of your guides for today's Nintendo Direct.
Are they handing shit off? That's what this feels
I'm
like.
the producer for Nintendo Switch 2. I'm Takuhiro Dota, the director for Nintendo Switch 2.
You think this is live service Mario Kart?
I'm Tetsuya Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo Switch 2.
Hello, Sasaki-san.
What you just saw was Mario Kart World, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, what do you think this brand new Mario Kart game will be like?
Live service. DLC. Launch DLC.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Welcome to this.
I'm sorry,
world.
Switch fans. You're not getting this.
Races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
I like everyone's designs though.
And weather conditions, the atmosphere will change.
That's pretty big, actually. I was gonna say I love the courses. They seem much more large and like open.
And in this Mario Kart game, you can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere. In
What?
this world.
that's crazy! Finally, some open world in my Mario Kart.
Race through 4 courses in a bid for first place.
Hell yeah.
Don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition. With 24 drivers in each race, the most in series history, the competition is gearing up.
Jazz is reading. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the $5. Really appreciate it.
Race
2 more super
nonstop
chats
from
and I'll
one
stream
corner
Minish
of the
Cap
world
next week.
to another. There are multiple checkpoints along the way. If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated.
Oh, they have eliminations now. That's brutal.
You make it all the way to the finish line?
That's how you cut the fat. You ever play with people who have no idea what they're doing? We're in last place, going the wrong way. Cut the fat, trim the fat.
By going off-road, you
Fuck
can
them
explore
kids.
new areas and routes.
I love that
drive
Wario
wherever
outfit.
Your heart takes you. You can also go for scenic drives with friends.
Nah,
And
Fortnite
even
is
take
diabolical.
photos
Don't
together
call
at
it that.
different locations.
Oh, how cute. They're hanging out. Girls' night. Were they grinding on rails? Were you able to do that before in previous games?
A brand new race across the entire world starts here. Mario Kart World.
This actually looks very
The
nice.
game launches on the same day as Nintendo
Look,
Switch
DK
2.
is still DK. What are you guys
More
talking
details
about?
This title will be shared in an upcoming
Redesign.
Mario Kart World Direct. So be on the lookout for more information.
Look at
in the
Peach,
future.
bro. What a hottie McThottie.
Mario Kart World launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. We'll share more details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
Yes, this actually looks pretty cool. Like, this would make me buy on release.
Next,
there's like a lot of
we'd
stuff
like
to do.
introduce some of the new features of Nintendo Switch 2.
Talk to me.
These are the Joy-Con 2 controllers for Switch 2.
I love how they just look the same.
And on the right Joy-Con 2, we've added a new C button.
What does that stand for? C?
Let's take a look at the new experiences it offers.
Oh, this is a big deal, huh? You have to have a whole trailer for the C button. Alone.
I'm still ahead of all of you guys. Woo!
That's not how people sound.
That was me. That was you. So quick.
Oh, they're gonna have their own ghetto Discord, right? Is that what they're telling me?
No, 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 no.
C stands for connect.
Come on, no.
Introducing Game Chat,
C button
a new
lore.
feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah. Why not just integrate with Discord, man?
Hi, missed you.
With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
Yeah, it is odd that it shrinks the screen.
Okay.
I don't need to see avatars hopping below.
While using the Game Chat feature, your voice is recognized by a microphone built into the system.
I mean, Nintendo's listening to me at all times.
It can pick up your speaking voice clearly, even from a distance.
Jump on here.
I think Discord is a bit bloated
make
these
a left
days.
right here. Let's make
I will
When
be
it's
honest.
noisy around you, your voice will still come through clearly, letting you chat with ease.
You mean I don't have to hear hip hop going in the background as people shoot me in Call of Duty?
And introduce this feature in handheld mode too, letting you easily chat with friends and family. If you open the chat menu and turn on game screen sharing,
Good job, good job. There we go, there we go.
you can also share your game screen.
Like, this is not bad as long as it works. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo's not. Look at that lag down there, bro. Like, you see what I'm talking about? Ooh, that's not a good look from jump. Yikes.
Hey.
So someone's playing Balloon Fighter at the same time?
Even while playing different games.
I mean, that's cool. I think that's cool.
Oh wow, I'm like in the sky right here. I'm like, I fell, I'm falling. Okay, we got it, we're safe.
Totally normal people.
Star, that's so cute. So cute.
Is this Pikmin 4?
You can adjust the size of your game screen.
Says, is this confirmed that there's a Pikmin 4 port?
Like,
Where'd you go?
Or is that Pikmin 5?
Or expand another friend's game screen.
You gotta get above that wall that's to your left.
Why do I need to do that? I'm playing my game. I'm not helping anybody.
have to do a little wall ride.
Okay.
So everyone can watch them play.
Oh, I think I know where you are. Wait. Okay, I think
In all honesty, I love how you can just link up with people in Mario Kart 9. That's the cool part.
Okay, are you ready?
Smile.
The Switch was missing stuff like this because I remember they were trying to do things with
On
their
the
Switch
right
app
Joy-Con
and it
2
sucked.
controller, there's an additional button. With the C button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Oh, dang.
Oh, really?
C stands for
Actually, guys,
chat.
I got a call coming right now, so I'll be right back, yeah?
Okay, for sure.
Here, you can quickly and easily mute yourself and more. And there's this.
A
By
camera?
connecting this camera to the system,
How much? Oh, that looks atrocious.
Hey, what's up? Hello. Yo.
Come on, man. We have 1080p.
How's everyone doing? Good?
you can appear on screen and video chat while playing a game.
You all don't want to see the degeneracy that I've been playing. This is zombie
Here's how
souffle,
it looks
man.
with just the
Which
camera.
visual novels have you been playing lately?
There you go. I bet you like
Can
that.
you wait for me?
Please look forward to games which use your camera feed like this.
Jamboree is coming back. So I assume they're just porting the whole Switch library, right? They should do that. That should be a big announcement today.
Using game
Like
chat.
you can play any Switch game on the
Even
Switch
when you're
too.
apart, you can play games and hang out as if you were together in the same room. Play together or compete in online multiplayer games.
I love how Nintendo is catching up though. Like you've
Chat while
now
playing
caught
your
up.
personal favorites.
Thank God. They've always been behind when it comes to like a network. You know what I mean?
Competition.
So as someone said in the chat, I am shocked that they're leaning into this. Normally they're just like games first, fuck the community.
All together,
Y'all can figure that shit out.
Anytime, anywhere. Game chat.
So as long as it works, I'm down for
What did
it.
you think? In developing Game Chat, our goal was for you to enjoy playing online with others more closely, including
Slay the
family
Princess and
friends.
Murder of Sonic, two
Almost as
solid
if you're
ones.
all playing together in the same place.
Look, Wii Sports! Is that an announcement?
The camera you saw in the trailer is the Nintendo Switch 2 camera.
Or Switch 2 Sports?
which
How
will
much
be
is that?
Available on the same day as Switch 2.
How much?
A Nintendo
Ah,
Switch
there it
Online
is.
membership will be required to use
There it
Game
is.
Chat.
Are they gonna raise the price?
However, since we'd like as many people as possible to experience Game Chat, it's
gonna be free
it
at
will be
first.
available without a membership for a limited time.
Ends
We hope
March
you'll try it out.
31st.
Additionally, Game Chat supports the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app, and different settings can be adjusted.
Fuck
For
them
example,
kids.
whether parental permission is always required when a child wants to use Game Chat to play with their friends.
I honestly think with all that, they're gonna raise the
We'd like to
price.
introduce another new experience you can share with family.
If I were
and
them, I
friends.
wouldn't raise the price though. Othello? Oh
Nintendo
shit!
Switch, even if you just have one game,
Where does
you
this
can
go?
pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together. But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game with Game Share.
Yes, that's a good
Here, even
announcement.
games that require multiple screens can be played if one person owns a compatible game.
What is this game they're showing
Game
off
Share,
right now?
you can
Oh,
temporarily
Clubhouse
share
games.
Compatible games with others who also have Nintendo Switch 2 or a Nintendo Switch system. You can share a game with up to 3 other systems at a time.
Yeah, Switch
Game Share
finally
also
caught up to the
supports
3DS,
online
right?
play with other Switch 2 systems.
I was thinking of buying a new
And you can use
3DS
it with friends via Game Chat, which we showed
or an
earlier.
old new 3DS. Some like solid
Game
games that
Share
I
can
want to get
only
back
be
to.
used with compatible games. This feature is planned for several titles, starting with a free update for Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics on Nintendo Switch. Game Share support is also planned for select games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, so we hope you'll look forward to it.
Select games, so not all.
Next, we'd like to show you
Why was that
the
so
Nintendo
delayed?
Switch 2 system itself.
Please take a look.
All right, give me the price. Bigger screen, same thickness.
At 7.9 inches, Switch 2 has a bigger
7.9
built-in screen.
inches.
Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch.
Oh man, you got
System's
cucked.
thickness
Original
remains the
Switch.
With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail.
Yeah, that
on
girl that was
1080p
holding
screen.
the Switch like this, it looked massive. I don't think I'll be playing it like that, to be honest. Not outside of my home.
The screen supports up to 120 frames per second,
That's pretty
allowing
big.
for smoother gameplay in supported titles.
That's insane, but the titles have to support that.
The LCD screen is more vivid and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark areas of the images. The all-new Joy-Con 2 controllers connect magnetically.
I like
Strong magnets
the
keep
magnet
controllers
thing.
firmly attached to the system.
because
Attach your controller easily by pressing the release button on the back.
it feels like the next logical thing. I'm not gonna lie.
The SL and SR buttons are bigger.
Thank
for greater
God, 'cause I
comfort
hate
and
those
control
buttons.
when playing with a Joy-Con 2 held horizontally.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
The left and right sticks are now larger.
So this is actually
Joy-Con
really
2
cool.
Controller can be used as a mouse.
Because now
to
you can
play
buy
with compatible
Civ.
games.
Even
Both
though I heard the
left
last
and
Civ
right
sucked.
Joy-Con 2 support mouse control.
That's always how it works. Then they have to like improve it with mods.
By adjusting the audio balance between the ranges, sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer and more natural in handheld and tabletop modes. It has a built-in microphone, so you can voice chat with friends anytime via game chat.
And I can plug in my headphones
It also
at the
uses
bottom now.
noise-canceling technology to filter sound.
That shit
so
is
your
horrible
voice
on the
will come
planes.
through clearly. Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound.
Hell
as if it
yeah.
were coming from all around you.
This would be crazy for Metroid, by the way, and Zelda. Was that a Zelda
Place your
hint?
Nintendo Switch 2
Who else
however you
rides a
like,
horse?
on a large, sturdy stand. You can move it freely, like this.
2 USB-C
In
ports.
addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system,
Can I
there's
double
one
charge
on
it
top
at the
as well.
same time?
It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera
Or two
charging
chargers?
in tabletop mode.
No, let's charge it twice. I want it from both sides. Hey, yo.
Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo Switch, for storing your game downloads, save data, and more. Reading and writing data.
Your kids
is
broke
also
the rail
faster.
on your original Switch, I think. I need to buy a new rail and hook it up. Yeah,
Use
it was
the
like
Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K resolution for compatible
4K?
games. HDR is also supported
We've caught
in
up?
TV mode.
I was wondering what the dock would do. So this thing is gonna
The
sound like a
Nintendo
rocket
Switch
ship.
2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your system cool.
Oh, that makes
This
so much
helps keep
sense.
Performance stable.
Yes, that makes so much sense.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and
Compatible? I
digital
don't like
games
how that
are
sounds.
supported.
And it can fly? Oh man, no, done deal. I'm buying this as soon as it's available.
As you just saw, Nintendo Switch 2 isn't simply an improved Nintendo Switch.
I'm not sure if you
Redesigned
guys
the
have
system from the ground up and packed in
used the
lots
little
of new
controller
gameplay
things that you
features.
slide in to make it like the
And
buttons
to help
bigger.
players better understand
I used,
the
it
Switch
used
2
to
hardware. we're
break the
currently
shit out of like
developing
trying to get
this
them out of
game.
there. Anyway, long
Mr.
story short,
Kawamoto.
magnets work.
Hello. My current location is actually inside the game itself.
What?
This is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour,
I think this is the
exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
Nintendo land of Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm standing over here.
I like all these new young guys that are
Everyone,
working on this
join
stuff
me
though.
inside the game.
It's cool to see Nintendo's kind of passing the baton.
There are a lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them. This sign reads,
Definitely
"Where
a
are
Jesse
the magnets?"
Pinkman reference.
The Joy-Con 2 controllers attach to the system with magnets. And those magnets
This is their
are
bomb
inside the
tutorial
system.
game. Astrobot?
SL and SR buttons on the Joy-Con 2 are made of metal, so that's how they attach to the system.
That is how magnets
circuit
work.
is formed between them, so they won't easily detach. Through examining signs like these, you can discover all sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2. Another example, the Joy-Con 2 controllers have mouse controls. And when combined with the gyroscopes, you can even do something like this.
Is this a game or a shitty tutorial?
You can adjust the position of the golf club and aim for the cup by rotating the Joy-Con 2. By combining the mouse controls and gyroscopes, things like this are possible. There
Yeah,
are
I
secrets
need to
discover,
see
even
how
as you're
accurate
playing
the
minigames and tech demos.
the mouse is, though, because that's
Some of
going to
the
be make or
secrets
break
range from the unique
for
features
a lot
the
of things,
system
a lot of games.
to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out. There are plenty. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, that looked
So
like it was
please
slapped
check it
together,
out if
though.
you're
I
interested.
didn't see any cool things in there. So
Now,
maybe that's not the
I'd like to
Nintendo land
share
I'm
some
looking
more
for.
information regarding
Or is
Nintendo
it?
Switch 2. This is the game card for Nintendo Switch 2 titles.
Cool,
It's the same shape as Nintendo Switch game cards,
cool.
but it's now red and it has much faster data reading speeds. Next up is additional storage. Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards.
That was the Switch, though, right? Switch
They're
did
a
that too.
different type of SD card and will make high-speed data
Oh.
transfers possible.
Never mind then. It was hard to tell because these things get so tiny now.
Please note that regular micro SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be compatible.
Yikes. Okay, good to know.
Additionally, to transfer data from Switch to Switch 2, you can log into your Nintendo account to use the System Transfer feature. With this feature, you can transfer save data, digital games, and more. We're also
Makes
releasing
sense.
a new Pro Controller.
Hey!
It has
With
a
the C button.
which launches Game Chat, and on the back, there are new GL and GR buttons.
That's
which you can
cool,
use
but I
to
never end up
assign
using those
existing
buttons.
Button controls. In addition, an audio jack has been added.
Oh, big.
We've introduced a few new features, and after today's presentation, the official Nintendo Switch 2 website will go live. There will also be an Ask the Developer article on the website, where the three of us will talk about the development of Nintendo Switch 2.
That's pretty cool.
We
That's some
hope
like
you'll check
Iwata
that out
shit.
as well.
And they haven't done that in a while.
And now, the Nintendo Switch 2 launch date.
Yes. I'm gonna say
Nintendo Switch
October.
2 launches on June 5th.
June?
We're very much looking
guys
forward
are
to the day when
crazy.
you all get to experience it, so please wait.
They're
just
trying
a
to
bit
get ahead
longer.
of GTA 6. That's what's happening.
Now,
June is
broadly
crazy.
speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play 3 types of games.
Let's see if somebody fucked up and I can
First
pre-order.
type is Nintendo Switch 2 games. These games take advantage of the performance and features of Switch 2.
The C button,
The second type
It's gonna change
compatible
everything.
games that were released on Nintendo Switch.
the landscape of gaming.
Nintendo Switch 2 edition games are the third type.
What does that mean?
Some games that were released on Switch will receive upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals, unique ways to play on Switch 2, and more.
That's cool, but it's gonna be like a
Now,
lot of them.
I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Oh, they're gonna expand it.
Please take a look.
They're expanding a Mario Party game? Are you crazy? You're not supposed to do that. You're just supposed to make a new one.
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features, including mouse controls, audio recognition, more expressive rumble,
This seems less like
and gameplay
an
that uses
expansion
the
and more just like
camera
a new
accessory.
mode, which
All
is
of which
fine.
can be
I welcome
accessed
whatever.
on Switch 2.
It's better than nothing, right?
Let's check out 3 new and updated modes. First up is Mario Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities. You'll be able to see
I love
each
that
other's
steak game,
faces
by the way.
as
It
you
always
play,
makes me hungry
so you
anytime
can
I do that one.
experience all the reactions and emotions in real time. Or 4 friends can take the party online.
So just general in the chat, like, how often do you guys think you're gonna use
A mode where the livelier team
Nintendo's
wins.
new community features,
Bowser will bring you on
or like
stage too.
chat features or whatever? This seems like they're making a huge leap into that direction.
Car with your voice. Go.
I find like a lot of people I play with, if I'm playing Nintendo games, it's when they're in the same room.
Finally, take a ride on the mouse
So I'm wondering, like,
carnival coaster. With the
wondering how
safety
much
bar
I'll end up
lowered and
using it. You know what I'm saying?
You're off. Use mouse
Never.
control to down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster.
Good to know. I think this is great for kids. Yes, don't get me wrong. Like, we're a totally different audience.
There's a bouldering
You'll use
game
it and
where
your
2
kids will.
players each
I think it's
control
awesome
an
for
arm.
kids.
And one where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects.
I don't play
Enjoy the
party
thrill
games,
of
like
these
no one is joining my
intuitive
Pokemon
minigames.
or Zelda
How
games.
quickly can you
I think the
reach the
intention is
station?
even if you're playing single player games, you can just join other people
The built-in
and then you can kind of
microphone,
see what they're playing and just
mouse
kind of hang out.
controls,
Though when I'm
and
playing
rumble.
Zelda, I kind of want to
Biggest
be
party yet is
not
getting
talking to
even
people, you know what I mean?
bigger. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree TV launches on Nintendo Switch 2.
Speaking of
July
Zelda,
24th.
2 more super chats and I will stream Minish Cap
Nintendo
next
Switch
week.
2 players who already
I'm sure you
own
guys
Super
would wanna
Mario
see
Party
that, right?
Jamboree
Right,
can
right?
upgrade to Nintendo Switch
Right?
2 Edition plus Jamboree TV.
Either way, let's try to
by
meet our goal. I don't know.
purchasing an upgrade pack.
Please look forward to a new Mario Party experience, where you can see each other's reactions while playing. Let's
If I play with my
continue
friends, we do
presenting some
phone
more Nintendo Switch 2
calls or
Edition games.
FaceTime audio. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If this is good, oh, this, yeah, naturally. Naturally,
Nintendo
these get Switch 2
of
editions.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom
Odyssey would need one too.
feature enhanced resolution and frame rates.
I don't know if I can
Also
tell
support HDR,
the
which
difference.
makes the image more vibrant. So you can play with smoother, higher definition.
Okay, I can kind of
graphics.
see the difference. I see the difference.
Plus, you can get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule using Zelda Notes.
I don't need a pen and paper anymore?
This new
Oh, it's in
feature
your
can be
app.
accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices. It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles.
That's not
For
bad.
example, it can help guide you to various locations, like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
Guidance activating.
I will say this is useful because losing the gamepad for the Wii U was like,
Or you can
That was
share your
hard.
creations using QR codes and send them to another player to create in their game.
I'm seeing that when I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles X right now. That map used to be on the Wii U gamepad in front of you at all times. And it was like so easy to just traverse. Now I gotta open the menu every single time.
We hope these
So,
features will make your adventures even more enjoyable.
If they have more games that use the phone to display your map and stuff like that, I'm cool with that as like an exception. Kirby in the Forgotten
In the
Land!
Forgotten Land, you'll be able to enjoy an additional
Plus an
story
expansion?
exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
I love
along
this
with
game.
Improved graphics and frame rates.
We're getting pen and paper back.
This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's causing some mysterious changes.
Yeah, to your point, Mystery Driver, I'm not
We hope you're
repaying for the
looking forward
games.
to Kirby's new adventure.
They should sell it at a discount at least, if anything, but I'm not buying them again. That's a lot of time that I gotta
Metroid
waste
Prime
too.
4 Beyond will have both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
That makes sense too. It would be weird if this was not on the Nintendo Switch 2.
In addition to standard controls, you can use mouse controls for intuitive gameplay on
Oh,
Switch
that
2.
might be so much better! Yes!
Plus, you can explore the immersive world in 4K at 60 frames per second, or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120 frames per
Yeah,
second.
we're buying this on Nintendo
Choose
Switch
from these
2
two
for
modes,
sure.
Both of which support HDR, based on your preference and playstyle. Plus, Pokémon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo Switch version, but a Nintendo Switch 2 edition as well.
This looks a lot
Taking advantage
better.
of the power of Switch 2, you can enjoy your adventure in Lumio City with enhanced resolution and frame rate.
Yeah, that frame rate, that's big. Why would anyone else? Why would...
The Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games you just saw will be available as both physical and digital versions.
I love how all of them have art except Pokemon.
And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version of a game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition by purchasing an upgrade pack.
What does that mean?
I
Explain.
hope you're looking forward to these Nintendo Switch 2
Upgrade
Edition
pack.
games.
What does that mean? $15? What are we talking? How much?
Next, I'd like to introduce
You're
a
not-
brand
you're not
new
telling me
game
what I need to
featuring
know.
Mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controllers.
Yeah, that's probably why like Metroid Prime has been delayed, and not the only reason, but probably one of the reasons. All right, what are we gonna do with this mouse? Show me. Hey, wheelchair Olympics. No, but for real, what is this? Powerball? What do they call this? Powerball? Super Ball? Smash Ball? Something like that. Dragon Drive, but what's the actual name of the sport? Extreme Ball? But this looks tedious though. I don't know if I would want to play this. I don't want to be dragging. So the thing is, if I'm on my couch, where do I use the mouse now? Is it better for me to have my Switch at my PC, or like, what's the ideal setup for that? Coffee table? It's called Drag My Balls. Good call. Rollerball? I guess that's a launch title.
In Drag and Drive, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers as mice to intuitively pull off various moves. We hope you're looking forward to a new twist on 3-on-3 matches using dual mouse controls. Next, here are some games from our publishing and development partners coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Some third parties. Do we get Call of Duty back? Oh, not Elden Ring. I've had enough of this game. I'm so tired of it. But that is big. That's a big deal.
You can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden.
So the thing is, do these games, like, there looks like some serious frame rate thing is going on right now, but this, maybe it's the stream. I think it's the stream.
May you take the throne.
Tarnished edition. I wonder if they're taking any like they're gonna have to like tick down some of the graphics in any of these when they're porting them.
Here to say that Hades 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Hades 2?
The first ever sequel introduces the Princess of the Dead, an immortal witch out to vanquish the sinister
I love
Titan
Hades.
of time.
And now that they have the mouse, it makes a lot of
The
sense.
ends of the earth. Getting to know dozens of characters from Greek myth in a story that reacts to your every setback and victory.
Does that mean that this game is releasing in June, or is it gonna be early access?
Whether you're experienced with the original or not. Look for more about Hades 2 later this year.
Oh, okay, so they didn't give an announcement.
皆さんこんにちは。カプコンの中山です。
中山！
我々がお届けするタイトルは
Street Fighter 6. Almost said 5.
を持ち寄っての対戦はもちろん、任天堂スイッチ2だけの新モードもあります。
That is
ソ
cool.
フトは通常版の他に総勢26キャラクターを収録した Years 1
We're getting Monster Hunter Wilds on here too?
バージョンをさらにゲームと連動するアミーボとアミーボカードも一緒にスイッチ2の発売日にお届けします。
Yeah, someone had to like take Hades away from me because I was like too addicted to that game for a while. I haven't touched Hades 2 at all. I'm gonna wait for it until it's done.
Confirmed. All operating at normal levels. Testing data link with spine.
What is this?
Normal. Commencing launch.
I think it's a new game.
After 2 long wars where our freedom was restricted, we will finally be liberated
A
from
mech
humans.
game? A good mech
I'm in
game?
need of a new arsenal, new equipment, and money.
Arsenal?
Time for sale, and you're buying.
Rebels!
Thanks for the warm welcome.
Does this already exist? Who's making this?
Planet will be ours.
The Sovereign Act.
Visually, it looks pretty cool.
The Trinitas has almost completed a weapon that was created to destroy all humanity.
No! Because we're in the middle of a war. Don't you get it?
I won't just stop you. I'll tear you apart.
Oh, Damon
To our lives.
Damon Cross Machina, Damon X Machina. I know about that. Is that a sequel though?
Hey, this is Joseph Fares from Hazelight.
Split
I'm
Fiction.
Super excited for Split Fiction to come to Nintendo Switch 2.
This game has
The
been pretty
is a story
cool.
about friendship.
I haven't
You play as
finished it
Neo,
yet, but it's
who
cool.
writes sci-fi, and Zoe, who writes fantasy. Together, they get trapped in their own stories, and it's up to you and a friend to help them break free.
Yeah,
Let me tell
Hades
you
is
this,
definitely
if you like, It Takes
like
Two,
good stuff.
You're gonna love this one, trust me. And of course, you'll be able to play Split Fiction on the day Switch 2 launches.
Hell yeah. EA Sports? You guys still exist?
Across the world, both on the pitch and on the gridiron.
We're getting Madden back, baby.
The EA Sports FC will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, never mind.
Madden NFL
Oh, there is Madden.
will also be arriving on the Nintendo platform. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Man, I think the last Madden I played was like
Hi, I'm Alan Chu from
2004 or
Avalanche
some
Software.
shit.
We are bringing Hogwarts Legacy to Nintendo Switch 2. With enhanced graphics.
Did I just see somebody just load in?
You'll be immersed in the Wizarding world like never before. And the new mouse controls on Switch 2 give you even more ways to experience the adventure. Discover the enhanced magic when Hogwarts Legacy launches on the same day as Switch 2.
I really have to see how those mouse things work. Tony Hawk! Hell yeah. Now my stream is copywritten. I'm getting a copyright strike for this stream now. I'm gonna mute it. Just because. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't really care. I didn't know there was a Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. Oh, there's a SpongeBob crossover? You can't just tease that. I think I stopped playing it too.
This is Christian Elverdam from IO Interactive. We are bringing our flagship title.
Do you think FromSoft will bring over Armored Core 6?
Assassination
If
to
it makes
Nintendo
sense.
Switch 2. As the best assassin in the trade, Agent 47 does everything he can to accomplish his mission. And
I was
how each
definitely
mission
into Armored
progresses will
Core
vary depending on the player's
6.
imagination.
But I think like
ever-expanding game will
there wasn't much
release on the
variety
same
in the
day as
builds
Switch 2.
that like were feasible.
Plus,
You know, I wanted to
we are
dual wield
excited to bring
pistols
another
and
familiar
it wasn't that
to the
great,
platform.
you know? So I had to switch over to like the things everybody else was using. We haven't seen Hitman in a while. That's true. And I haven't touched Hitman since I think it's Absolute. Was that the name of that one? I think that was PS3 era. GoldenEye! Are we getting a new GoldenEye? Is that what I'm seeing? Oh, Nintendo is back, baby. We're back.
The world's favorite spy is coming to Nintendo Switch 2, so stay.
Who is Eon Productions, though? Come on, it needs to be rare.
The story of light and shadow that never fades.
Bravely Default. Is it a remake or a port?
Bravely Default returns.
It's a port.
Remastered in high definition.
If you guys haven't played these games, you definitely should. Highly recommend if you are a RPG fan. I'm glad this is coming back.
Change and customize jobs to build out your very own party.
I don't think they would announce Persona 6.
With upgraded features and advancements. And all new minigames with unique ways to play. Square Enix presents the classic fantasy RPG, Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster.
Hell yeah.
Set foot in Luxembourg.
Hell yeah.
Warrior of Light once more.
Highly recommend that one. Yakuza, somebody said this earlier, but they're back. We're bringing you all the games. What is Director's Cut? Man, if you guys have not tried Yakuza 0, definitely invest. The writing is just oof.
発売日は Nintendo Switch 2の発売と同じ日です。今後のシリーズ展開にもぜひご期待ください。
We'll have more games to show from our publishing and development partners, but for now, we'd like to show a game.
Oh, those are the people that made James Bond?
with
How could I
Nintendo.
forget?
Please take a look.
Why is the sound delayed on the click? That's bothering me every time. What is this? Zelda?
When the Zonai, who descended from the heavens, joined hands with the Hylians.
Is this a spin-off or an expansion?
Their union led to a great and prosperous kingdom. But in time, a terrible evil arose.
Hyrule
A
Warriors.
war was fought to vanquish this evil, one which future generations would call the Imprisoning War.
Oh, I missed it. I missed the KT. So yeah, definitely Hyrule Warriors.
Perhaps
that's good news for people who like this type of gameplay. You get to play from Zelda's point of view?
So that's Hyrule Castle? Then that must mean this really is the past.
Oh, so you get to fight in the war. That makes so much sense. That's a good move. It makes so much sense. Good call, good call. Not the Lionels. I'm so over those things. Okay. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. I feel like I have to dissect more lore now. Yes, keep giving me games that date my videos.
That is Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. It's being developed by Koei Tecmo Games with support from Nintendo. We hope you're looking forward to the untold story of the Imprisoning War, which took place in Hyrule long ago.
And now, some news about Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah, they definitely said I need to get more.
You can continue
I need to do
enjoy
more work.
Nintendo Switch Online on Switch 2.
Okay.
And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, you can
But
enjoy
if
a
you
new
want
membership
chat,
benefit exclusively
you're gonna need
on
to
Switch
upgrade.
2. Please take a look at this.
Just give me the whole library though. Oh, GameCube! Oh, this is the biggest announcement so far. Holy shit!
Nintendo Switch
Thank
Online
God.
Plus expansion pack will be getting a new classic game library exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
These games have been
Nintendo
missing like
GameCube,
forever.
Originally released in 2001. Here are the titles that will be available at launch.
Yes.
A Legend of Zelda game that looks like a cartoon come to life through
Oh my
cel-shading.
gosh.
Controlling the wind using a mysterious baton. Link sets sail
Now
on
we
an
need this for the
adventure across the
Wii.
Great Sea.
Can we get the Wii
Legend
on
of
this
Zelda,
now?
The Wind Waker. Transcending history and the world. A tale of souls and swords.
Is Link
eternally
gonna be in
retold.
it?
In this 3D, weapons-based fighting game, each fighter comes equipped with a different weapon.
There he
And Link
is.
from the Legend of Zelda series enters the fray. Soul Calibur 2.
I miss Soul Calibur.
Experience a world of white knuckle racing and
Oh, I
speed
gotta get on
over
my F-Zero
2,000
lore.
kilometers per hour.
Now that everybody's able to play it again.
All on the line in death-defying races.
Or it's more
Featuring the
accessible, I
series
should
first,
say.
Machine customization and story mode. Get ready to experience F-Zero GX. In
Published
games
by
that support
Sega.
Multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or online.
Are we getting Smash Brothers Melee though?
Enjoy
Yes.
these classic games with clearer image quality and higher
With
resolution than the
online
original
support.
releases. You can also check the controls for each title and customize them to your liking.
That's actually a cool thing. Can I change the view of the
More
sides?
titles will be added in the future.
These are Path of Radiance? That's expensive as hell. Have you guys ever tried to track that down?
Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive.
I still have my
game
copy of
library
Radiant
coming
Dawn
to
for the
Nintendo
Wii.
Switch Online Plus expansion pack launches the same day as the hardware's release.
So at the same price though.
And a dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube controller will also be released.
Nice.
It can connect wirelessly and also has a C button.
The C button?
Access.
Hell yes.
The Nintendo
Keep giving me that C. Inject the C into my veins, man.
Nintendo Switch Online members will also be available.
So it has two C buttons? Oh, it's a C stick and a C button.
Whether you're familiar with the games or haven't played them before, we hope you're looking forward to.
Yeah, I just hate the sides of these. It just like sucks for videos when I'm recording.
You can continue to play select games.
One of these things is not like the other.
Nintendo Switch. Okay, let's see some more games from our publishing and development partners.
What else we got? What is this? Oh, this is Deltarune? I don't want to play this until it's done though. Like, how many chapters does this game freaking have? It's a good addition regardless. As you can see, we out here. We switching 2 right now. I'm a big fan of Undertale, but like, yeah, for me, I didn't want to touch this until like I heard each chapter is like almost as long as Undertale or something like that. Is that true? But I haven't touched Deltarune like in a long time. There's gonna be 26 chapters. Okay, so I'm gonna die before this game releases. Obviously, 7 chapters. So we have 3 more.
Hi, I'm Randy from Gearbox.
Look at this crackhead.
Our upcoming flagship Borderlands game will launch on Nintendo Switch 2.
Randy Pitchford, man. This guy is like,
Loot and shoot your way through a world filled with wild enemies and outrageous weapons. We're still in development, and it's already the most ambitious Borderlands game we've ever made. Borderlands 4 will launch in 2025. We'll be sharing a lot of the game in the months ahead, and there's more from 2K on the way.
Hi, I'm Dennis Shirk from Firaxis Games.
I don't know if I want to play.
We're releasing an Nintendo
Okay, so
Switch
this made
2
sense. I called this
edition
earlier.
of Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
I don't know if I want to play Borderlands 4.
In Civ 7, you'll establish an empire.
I feel like
and
I'm
guide your people
burnt
throughout
out of
the ages
Borderlands.
History. With the new mouse controls, players can enjoy a more intuitive gameplay experience. Civ 7 launches on the same day as Switch 2. And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version, you can experience mouse controls on Switch 2 by purchasing the upgrade.
So, like with every Civ game, I heard people didn't like
we
this
have
one.
even more news from 2K.
NBA?
Hi, I'm Lionel Jinks. And I'm Ben Bishop. Our final announcement for today is that WWE 2K is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, my boy Zay is gonna cop this
NBA 2K
day
as
one.
well. You can't wait to see him in the ring.
I don't know if he's in the chat, but still.
4 kids find this old
Check Slug Terra. That shows a lot like Borderlands.
with nothing but youthful enthusiasm and a profound lack of preparation.
Let's see.
Boom! Terrible at steering a raft. Let's slay some trees.
Oh, I think I've seen clips of this.
Awesome! You nailed it!
Never got into it.
Sinker. Tastes amazing.
Is this me?
Doesn't it?
Stream?
Really
Oh no, Nintendo, what's going on?
nicely done. Well,
Okay,
I
so
think that's everything.
like this game broke the stream. This is not me.
Hi,
Oh
I'm Dave Crooks
no.
from Dodge Roll.
Oh no, this is terrible.
Here's the first look at Enter the Gungeon 2.
I mean, I'm not worried about it. It's not my stream.
Our roguelike shooter sequel.
What happened?
Now reloaded in a new 3D art style. You can expect some fan favorite.
Oh, does that mean we're gonna get a big announcement? That you guys didn't check
We're
this?
excited to share more with you.
Somebody uploaded the Rock video. Oh no. What should I show in the meantime? Oh no. Oh, there it goes, finally. But no, this is not Civ. Oh man. Someone is getting fired. There are 1.4 million people watching this stream right now. That's insane. I don't think I've seen this number this big ever. Should I just Hold on, let me refresh and see. Nope, it's not me.
Hello, my name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red. We are delighted to bring the immersive world of the dark future to Nintendo players for the first time.
No.
Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world action-adventure RPG set in
Oh
space.
no.
Thanks
All right,
to
hold on, I
Nintendo
gotta
Switch
check.
2, you can transport yourself
Let's see if the stream.
dreams at home.
I don't know if anybody else is streaming this,
Get
like
ready to
GameSpot
meet
or something.
unforgettable characters and discover engaging stories when Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day.
こんにちは。スクエアエニックスの浜口です。
スクエアエニックス。
任天堂スイッチ2でファイナルファンタジー7リメイク。The
UK one is working. Atrocious. All right, hold on. This is fixed. Jesus. I saved you guys. See? Mentalk stream comes through every time. Final Fantasy... Did I say Final Fantasy 7 remake? I said 9 remake, but we'll see with the 7. We'll see if 7, like... I'll count that. I'll say it counts. It counts. This is why Europe is running laps around America right now. I'm just kidding. Where am I? Wild Hearts. So I wonder if there's gonna be any like difference here though. Puyo Puyo Tetris. That's big. Rune Factory. This is a new one that they're making. I'm like down to play that one. Let me move myself so you guys can see the titles. How much is the Nintendo Switch 2? I don't know yet. They haven't said. My call is 400. Oh, Clank-sama, thanks so much for the becoming a member, bruv. I've been trying to get more members, man. I've been trying to get more members. It's not a thing yet, but we'll get there. I'm gonna shout you out in future videos. I must. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. And if we get 2 more super chats, I will play Minish Cap next week live on stream. There's your Layton. Who said Layton? If it ends up being expensive, I'm still getting it for Christmas. I think 6 months time is a good amount of time. It launches in June, by the way. But 6 months time is a good amount of time for the games to come out and everybody to get like the shitty version of it before like the new versions releases. You get the guinea pigs. I think we got about 8 minutes left. Oh, I appreciate that, Clank-sama. Thank you so much. Mario? What is this? Resident Evil? I feel like I should know this. I'm not gonna look at the chat and cheat.
I give you
Eternal Darkness 2?
my blood. I give you my life. Turn, O wheel,
This wouldn't be Bloodborne.
and transport him to a night of moonlight.
Should I recognize this?
Humanity's very dusk.
What am I looking at? Oh, it is Bloodborne. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is Bloodborne 2. What is this? Wait, no. It's a new game. It's a new series. What is From Software smoking right now? Why is this happening? Is this coming out on other consoles? This is crazy. Bloodborne was a PS4 exclusive. So why isn't it on PS5? Were they betrayed? Oh, this is insane. No way. Actually, I'm gonna say it's something else. I don't think it's Bloodborne. No, it looks like Bloodborne. This looks like Bloodborne. Yeah. Yeah, definitely Bloodborne. The Reckoning. Bloodborne 2, The Reckoning. Oh my gosh. Was anyone expecting this? Did anyone say Bloodborne at all? Oh, I hate it. I hate this. I hate it. Why is a frog with tits crawling around the sewers? Oh, man.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
I pray that you are able, carrier of blood.
Oh, this is hype. This is hype. I don't get excited for every From Software game, by the way, but this is pretty insane. This is a pretty big announcement. Nintendo did come for Sony and Microsoft's next. I feel like they're trying to compete again. Instead of being like separate, you know what I'm saying? Nintendo was always kind of its separate thing, which I think was beneficial to them, but this is now like...
And one alone.
The Dusk Bloods. Oh. Is it in the Bloodborne universe? That's pretty insane. Is that their last announcement? We still have 5 minutes, so there's probably a big Nintendo announcement. Why is it just staring? What was that ending? This weird rat just staring at me. From Software is busy, man. Golly. I love they're doing this. Iwata was big about this, so I'm glad they're doing this and it helps me research stuff.
また今回の発表に映像をご用意いただいたソフトメーカーの皆様本当にありがとうございます
They did give up competing after GameCube, but it did work out for them in that regard.
多くのゲーム開発を進めていただいています今後もたくさんのタイトルをご紹介していきますのでお楽しみに
Is that it? There's no reveal? Oh, okay.
映像をご覧ください
All right, so this is our big Nintendo Switch 2 game. What do we got? Super Mario RPG 2? Is that what I'm seeing here? Or Smash? Kirby. This is Smash? Oh, it's Smash, isn't it? This is Smash. This is Smash. Or is it Air Ride 2? No, would they put Air Ride 2 out? Smash! Air Ride 2? Kirby's Air Ride 2? So this is what Sakurai has been working on. You all wanted this. You all wanted this. What's going on with my stream? No, don't break it. Okay. We just gotta get through the stream, Nintendo. Come on, let's just get through it. Kirby's Air Ride, Kirby Air Ride 2. Riders, right. Sonic, you just gotten your racing game stolen from you. Masahiro Sakurai. So that's their big announcement at the end? So you don't think this is gonna compete with Mario Kart though?
桜井さんが手掛けるカービィのエアライダーにぜひご期待ください次が最後の映像となりますご覧ください
Our last trailer for the day. What do you guys think? Mario? Animal Crossing? Yeah, it's a Mario. Welcome back, Mario. Odyssey 2? Watch them surprise me and it's just Donkey Kong. Yeah, it had to be Mario. It's been how many years since Odyssey? I don't think this is a surprise to anyone. Unless I'm wrong. It's Donkey Kong. Yeah, it's Donkey Kong, baby! Look at that! Yes, sir! Welcome home, son. I called it. Yes! I will go back to one of my tweets. I'm gonna retweet a tweet. I'm gonna retweet a tweet. And I told you guys, it wouldn't be country, it would be something 3D. I'm reposting it. This is like a full Donkey Kong game. I think they've been working on this for a while. Donkey Kong is back, baby. With his new design. His new old design. I know my K. Rool fans are like seething right now, though. Donkey Kong Bonanza. You get it? July 17th. That's pretty close.
ご覧いただいたのはドンキーコングの
Donkey Kong
3D アクションゲーム
Hell yes
バナンザです。
バナンザ。
唯一無二のパワーで敵も壁も地面も全てを破壊しながら巨大な地下世界を突き進みます。
Yeah, this is essentially your Mario game, you know, just with
改めてお伝えし
someone
ま
else.
すのでお楽しみに。
That is awesome. I had this tweet here. New design aside, it's highly likely a game to reboot Donkey Kong is coming with this.
改めてになりますが
I tweeted that like back in January.
6月5日です。
Because I'm a prophet.
最後に発売する本体のご紹介です。
June 5th. Give me a price though.
Nintendo Switch 2の本体です。これに加えダウンロード版のマリオカートワールドがセットになった本体も発売します。
Very smart. Very smart.
詳しくはダイレクト終了後に公開する公式ホームページをご覧ください。
$599 US.
駆け足になりましたが、今回お伝えする内容は
No price, no pre-order dates, nothing.
までもうしばらくお待ちいただくことになりますが、Nintendo Switch 2を皆さんにご体験いただけることを今からとても楽しみにしています。
最後まで
They have to figure out the tariff situation. They're like, we gotta figure this out right now. We can't give a price because that shit might be like different 3 months from now. So who knows? All right, overall, 8 out of 10. I give it an 8 out of 10. They covered a lot of things. I think like I wasn't expecting too many games in the first place. So just to have them cover like all their bases, and I think it was smart to do Nintendo Switch 2 edition games, which is a natural transition from like the Switch to make it like easier for people to jump in. So if you didn't buy a Switch, if you're one of like the 3 people who didn't buy a Switch, you can experience all those games, but also you have like a solid library to start with for like new editions of Switch games with new features and new like little expansions that you can play around with. So I think that's cool. That's natural. I just don't really want to rebuy those games. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of wish at this point Xenoblade Chronicles X was on Switch too. It's a shame it released so late into the Switch life cycle that I'm not getting the full frame rate that I could get from like the actual one. So that's where we are so far. I think like it's an 8 out of 10. Donkey Kong, I think, is a power move. Like, essentially, that is the replacement for the Mario that you would have gotten. Mario 3D, I don't know when that's going to come, but for sure, like, they're probably working on that, but they've been hard at work at this. It seems like this is the thing that would have served as the Mario 3D game. I'm so glad to see Donkey Kong is back. I hope that the game has depth and it's actually like a very meaty game instead of something that's like, you know, 12 hours. Like something that gives me like that Odyssey feel, which it looks like it's doing, but I think Odyssey had a little bit more like world to it. So we'll see. Big Boss, thank you so much for the donation. I think I need one more super chat and I will play Minish Cap next week. Let's call it next Friday the 11th. I will go ham on Minish Cap next week if I get one more super chat and then we have met our goal. Other things that I think were cool, like I think it's cool to all these third-party things. Oh yeah, the GameCube. So the GameCube is going to be a big deal here. I'm glad that they're re-releasing GameCube titles because these are kind of like either expensive to get your hands on and stuff like that. Like I'd say Wind Waker is a great addition to all this, though I wish the HD version were available. I'm surprised Twilight Princess is not available here, but I'm sure that they will expand on that and continue to drip feed those things. But I guess the GameCube thing is exclusive to Switch 2. I wasn't clear. Hey, all right. Hey, why is that so quiet? I need to figure out like how my audio levels work because sometimes, oh, it's my system. Okay, never mind. I have a knob here that works for that. Thank you so much, some dude, and everybody else for all your donations. I will, in fact, schedule a Minish Cap stream next week. So everybody, make sure to keep tabs on my on your subscription feed, and I will notify you at some point in time. So it'll probably be Friday, Thursday, Friday, something like that, probably in the afternoon. So yes, you guys will get Minish Cap because I intend to talk about that game at some point too. So it's a double-edged sword there. Anyway, back to the last few things I wanted to talk about here. So it's cool that we're getting GameCube games. I need to clarify if this is strictly on Switch 2. If they launch this, I don't think they specified whether this is going to be available on Switch. I don't think it will be. But the fact you can play online with friends, so all of these games, like, I don't know if they would support Melee to be on here, but that'd be great if they did. Like, so if you drip fed it and eventually you had Melee, but I don't think the Nintendo 64 has Smash, does it? Let me see. Smash 64 on Switch online. Yeah, so we don't even have that for the 64, do we? It's just weird that they don't go back and support a lot of their old Smash titles. I feel like they look back at them in shame. They're like, no, we're not doing this. Yeah, we don't have Smash yet. I just don't really like how they're drip feeding some of this stuff to us, though. Well, so I don't think we're gonna get Melee here, but we'll see what the games we'll see what games that we get in the future. Puyo Puyo Tetris, somebody mentioned it here. That's a big one. Street Fighter 6. I think Capcom is leaning in. I guess we'll see if they actually like port Monster Hunter and stuff like that, because I think that would be a big move. I'm surprised that wasn't announced here. These are games that I wanted to get my hands on. Like, there's a couple of ones that I haven't played, and I don't feel like setting up emulation and all that stuff. And I think it's like a weird place where you stream that or record it. I don't know. It depends. But I'm glad that we're getting like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. People look back fondly on this spinoff. Super Mario Sunshine I already have for the Switch with the anniversary release. But it's funny because I don't think you can get your hands on that version anymore. Chibi Robo, I've always wanted to try. I feel like this is like little Miyamoto's little passion project that never really got off the ground in America. Then you have Luigi's Mansion, Pokemon Coliseum I've heard a lot about too. So it looks like it's only available on the Switch 2 and not the regular Switch. Yeah, because I think it says available on launch day for Switch Online members. Now, some pending questions I have. What's the price of the Switch? What's the price of the Switch 2? Are they increasing the cost for Nintendo Switch Online? That's another thing. And then, will we get Melee? I think that's my last question. But the highlights for sure were definitely, what did it start with? Mario Kart 9 for sure. So I like the idea that this is now open world. This is pretty cool that the courses are much more advanced. Going back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe now is going to feel very weird and claustrophobic because these seem so expansive. And look how many people can be on one track at once. Now, if this was all online, I wonder how many people can all be online at once. Aside from that, I love the new karts. I love how it's not the traditional kart that you always have. So like these look like really cool road tripping buggy, you know, dune cars that you would drive around or whatever. I forget the name for the rally cars. They look like a lot of rally cars. But also, like, you have a whole world map and then you can just drive around and chill with your friends Forza style. I think that's pretty cool. This is going to be a big deal, and the fact that it's available on launch, I think is awesome. The whole chat feature, I don't know, man. Unless you have a lot of friends that like play stuff with you, this is probably not going to be that big. But I think for kids, this is a way to level the playing field for what we have with like Fortnite and you know what PlayStation does and stuff like that. I think PlayStation has gotten this right. But this is kind of a big deal where you can share the screen and it doesn't matter what game you're playing, so you can all just hang out. I like that. Maybe some of my friends will join me in doing that, or maybe we're just too old for this shit now. I don't know. We'll see. But I guess the C button is a big deal. I think the C button was the best thing. And then, of course, Donkey Kong and the Dusk Bloods by From Software. I think they only went into, like, I think the mouse thing is going to be cool. It just highly depends on the hardware. How I feel about the hardware itself. Is the mouse responsive? That's all I need to know. And then I can easily sit up here at my desk, but I don't know, man. Like, are people going to go ham on the mouse functionality? I think it's like, if you're going to use the mouse thing, it either needs to be one control scheme or another. It can't be like, hey, you're using the controller, now use your mouse to aim. So like, if it switches a lot like that within games, I'm not gonna like it as much. So I'm curious to see how the mouse functionality works and how responsive it is. Outside of that, Metroid Prime 4, of course, I'm gonna play it on the Switch 2, assuming that it releases after the Switch 2's release. If it comes out on the Switch first, I might want to stream it that way first. And then finally, Kirby's Air Ride 2. There's a lot of hype for this game. Though I don't know how well the original one sold, so this is like literally fans screaming at him to do another one. So hopefully Air Ride actually like has some difference between this and Mario Kart, because I feel like the two would kind of compete with each other, no? And then finally you have Donkey Kong, which I think is awesome. I'm glad, like, I love his new design. Now to see it like a little bit clearer, I like this design. I think we're finally away from the Rareware look, which served its time, right? But look at his face. I think it can get so much more expressive now with his new face. Like, look at this. This is really cool. Welcome back, Donkey Kong. Now, what are we doing with the lore? Is this Cranky's son, or is this Donkey Kong Jr.? I want to know. All right, so I'm gonna get into the chat before I go. Definitely Minish Cap stream next week. Thank you again for all the donations. Anybody, how do we feel about this? I think Path of Radiance is like a $400 game now. Let me see, Path of Radiance. I think now the prices are gonna just like sink, but maybe not, because the original version. Oh yeah, $328 refurbished. What about Radiant Dawn? Because I still have my copy of that one. $200? Oh, someone's selling it for $30 pre-owned, but this looks Japanese. $155. That's insane. But we had no Fire Emblem announcement either, now that I remember. Anyway, just getting back into the chat. The direct this time was crazy. Ringen Toki, I agree with you. I honestly think I'm picking this up. I'm pre-ordering whenever it's ready to be pre-ordered. Maybe I need friends, right? Like, let's get some Nintendo friends going. It's hard for me to make new friends. It's like, we have this no new friends mentality, but I think in the next few years, we're probably gonna need some more friends. So Nintendo is facilitating that for us, surely. GameStop has the Mario 3D All-Star Collection at $120. Why is GameStop selling that game? Are you allowed to sell that used? Thank you for streaming this. Thank you for watching. I think this is a big deal. Like, honestly, I am about to get in my car and like I have to go somewhere today. But I needed to get this done first and foremost. Oh yeah, as you guys know, I think I let you guys know like earlier that my father passed in an announcement. I'm not saying it for sympathy or anybody in the chat, but like, yeah, a lot of that stuff's gonna happen this weekend. But I think the week after, I'm getting back into things, into the swing of things for the channel. And despite what's going on, the Switch 2 announcement has happened. And I feel like I couldn't miss this for the world because this is a big deal, right? This only happens once every Balloon Moon, and there's only gonna be one Switch 2, right? So I had to stream this and make sure I got like all of my thoughts out the way, because I know like if I was driving and I was looking at this, it probably would have just eaten me up inside it. I didn't stream it. So you know what I'm saying? But yes, thank you guys for all the thanks. I think I'm gonna I want to do like a Switch 2 hype stream as well. If this happens June 5th, I'm hoping to get a pre-order, but maybe like we can give like one sign off for the Switch, right? A stream where like I go through like maybe 30 minutes of each game, 30 minutes of the Switch classics. What would that entail? Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Odyssey. How do you even play 30 minutes of each game? You would never get far. Like, and just really get into my library and try some stuff. I don't know, and just hang out. I think I don't do a lot of streams where I'm just hanging out with you guys. And I'd love to like open it up. Maybe like I'll open up the Discord or something where like people can join in while I'm eating shit or something like that. Sorry, that's a very, very Miami term. While I'm messing around with the Switch and having fun. Yes, thank you all for the condolences. It's hard. Grief is hard. I'll be real with you guys for a sec. Like, grief is hard. Everyone deals with it a different way. I think for me, just like coming back and trying to keep my life as normal as possible while like just being faced with the reality of the situation has helped me, you know, go beyond how I thought I would, you know, handle this, right? I of course needed to kind of unplug, and like, that's why I haven't been tweeting. I had to put out a compilation for Zelda. So like I haven't been actively working on like stuff, but I'm getting back into it to keep things as normal as possible while I'm here grieving and stuff, right? And I think it's very important to just make sure that you stay on that track. Otherwise, it's easy to fall into a slump. Some people go through this and they like, in the extreme versions, they start doing drugs to like hide from the pain, or they start drinking more and they become alcoholics and stuff. That does happen. It happens. It's a hard thing to deal with, and it's like you have to like really just face it head on. So yeah, I think like for the most part, I'm good. And just like having you guys, I didn't know how people would respond to that message. I didn't know if I wanted to say it, but like just having all the condolences and people who say they understand, people who've been through this before, it was just really helpful. And like, honestly, like I'm so thankful for my channel. It's changed my life. And I mean that truly, like it's changed my life to the point where I can say something like that. And just people have deeply moved me in a way where I feel like in my personal life, I'm having a lot of support, but outside of that, people that I talk to every day, people who watch my stuff are just reaching out and giving like their best wishes. So that's really been helpful for me. So yes, thank you guys. I don't know, like this is a much smaller pool, like 37 viewers, but like, thank you guys. It really has helped. And he was a person that made this all happen. Like he was a media personality himself. So none of this would have happened without my dad. And so like, it all comes to a head here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's full circle. So again, thank you for the condolences and all that stuff. Like I really needed to see that for my channel, and it like helped a lot. So I'm ready to come back swinging, and we're gonna do Minish Cap next week. And on top of that, few months down the line, we'll do, or like, I don't know how, May, like maybe sometime in May, we'll give Switch its send off. And I think May is when the Switch released. When did the Switch release? We can do it on the anniversary of the Switch. Let's see. Nintendo's... Oh, it released in March. Never mind. We're well past that then. Shit. Okay. Zombie Souffle. My dad passed away a few years ago. I know how hard it is. Yes, and my condolences to you. As far as I know, it doesn't get any easier. But at some point, the memories you have of your parentals, you know, of your friends, of your family and things like that, like once they are gone, like the memories that they have is what keep them alive. It sounds cliche, but it is a thing. It's true. But my condolences to you as well. Yeah, so we have March, so we're well past the anniversary, but I'll do like a Switch send-off thing like sometime in May, and then as we lead up into the Switch 2, it'd be cool to do like a Switch 2 launch stream as well. Hopefully I can get lucky and get my hands on this, because I feel like pre-orders are going to be hard. Scalpers are always a thing. I feel like if I don't have a bot, I can't compete. So like I got lucky with the PlayStation 5 because Sony sent me a thing. They're like, oh, you've been a member for how long? So here's your opportunity to go buy one. And I did that. But I also got lucky, I think, on Target, where I was just like mashing it when they announced pre-orders, and I managed to get one. So hopefully Nintendo rolls this out in a reasonable way and I'm able to get my hands on one of these. Or hopefully it's too expensive so people don't end up buying. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want that. I don't want that. But yeah, so next week we're definitely going to do that. What did I miss? Did you miss the Silk Song disc, Chris? Yeah, did we even talk about Silk Song? Silk Song, can we announce Silk Song 2? Is that company still in business? How are they alive? Hollow Knight. You can't just survive off of this game. Team Cherry, what is going on? Your only game was Hollow Knight. How are you surviving? Who is funding you? And you're in Australia? Somebody check on them. I think the kangaroos ate them, because this is crazy. The kangaroos and drop bears ate them. No Silk Song 2. That was another thing. There was a whole release window with all the third-party people that are going to work with them. So what happened? We got Hades 2 before that. We got 2 Hades before Silk Song. What is going on? Is this Fall Guys? What happened here? I tend to hate the third-party section, but I know it's like, it's particularly in Nintendo Direct Switches, because they like breeze through them, and it's like a bunch of things that like I often don't care about, but I see why they have to do it, because business, you know? Yeah, I don't think we should hope for this. Guys, just pretend Silk Song doesn't exist, and then it will surprise you when you least expect it. Just listen to my words. And also, I'm gonna go back to my banger-ass tweet over here that I posted in January. I need you guys to go to Twitter and go like this, because I need the clout, man. Look. I posted this January 16th. New design aside, it's highly likely a game to reboot Donkey Kong is coming with this. And somebody else is gonna get all the clout for this in a few minutes. I bet this. As I scroll through my feed, which I won't do because it's probably a bunch of like unsavory things that I don't want you guys to see. Like, look at this. I predicted it. Wait, can you like a retweet? Can that happen? Oh, there's 13 likes on it. Never mind. All right, so well, let's keep liking this. Go back and like this. I want to be a prophet again. Make me a prophet again. I will always be a prophet, but make me a prophet. I did it again, man. I always do these things. Why do I do this? How am I doing this? All right, so anyway, I think that's pretty much all the news. If we don't have a pre-release order that can happen, let me check Best Buy and see. I did have Best Buy all queued up. Oh, Best Buy broke. Wait, okay, so sometimes these places will let you pre-order earlier, or they'll let you know without doing it, without saying anything. This is what happened with me and the PlayStation 5 last time, but I don't see it. It's just like watch the direct. The way they said this made it seem like they were opening up orders, or maybe they don't announce on the direct so the internet doesn't break. Maybe that's another thing. All right, well, I think that's about it. Catching up, my wife would like the streamer to clarify that we haven't gotten a full Hades 2 yet, so that's fake news actually. Yes, we haven't gotten a full Hades 2, and I don't think Nintendo would approve of a not full Hades 2. So I haven't personally played Hades 2 because I do not accept early access only to go back and start over because you updated it. Blasphemy. So no, we're not doing that, and we don't support that, but they said more information later. So it is announced for the Nintendo Switch, but is it going to be a launch title? Probably not. So Hades team Supermassive needs to get their shit together. That's what I'm saying. We do not touch that game until it's completed. That's it. Did we talk about not Bloodborne 2 already? The mania of From doing an exclusive with Nintendo. Was that exclusive though? That's what I need to figure out. I mean, I was sitting here saying Bloodborne the whole time and I was just like, this is not Bloodborne 2. Come on, guys. It's Blood Dusks and it exists in a different world. Written by George R. Martin, George R. J.K. Rowling. King. I don't know if they said this is exclusive, so I think like Sony's gonna. I just love this rat that's dying that was just staring at me like as it's like fading. Like, what was this supposed to mean for me? Maybe this is like a reference to Bloodborne or Elden Ring that I totally forgot. I don't know about this. This is how JK is coming back. Yes, this is how she's coming back into the public arena finally. JK Rattling, this is her. She's voicing this character. Oh, it's a crow rat thing. But they say 2026. I don't see anything about it being exclusive though. Oh, never mind. From Software is taking their talents back to Japan because we all know Sony is not Japanese. Sony is not Japanese, so like clearly. Okay, so I personally think that Nintendo is making big moves here. Whether it's as powerful as the next console and the next generation of stuff, it is now like, I don't want to say caught up, because I think Nintendo's always been in their own realm. When it comes to like the Wii, the Wii U, the Switch 2, like all this stuff just seems to be messing with technology to make games fun. And then you have your first party titles that will always bring people, Mario and Mario Kart and Donkey Kong and Zelda and all that stuff, right? But I think now like they're trying to get back into a space where the third parties will come to them, because Sony and Microsoft are in a very vulnerable point in the market right now. I think a lot of that is being eaten up by PC gaming. So if Nintendo can come in and say, well, we're not a PC, you can do PC things, which they have the mouse thing, which is a big move. Now you can pull some of that market from Steam. But on top of that, you have your first parties. You see what they're doing? I think this is like a very, I would be worried if I were Sony. And I don't even think Microsoft cares. I'd be worried if I was Sony, and I wouldn't be too worried if I was Steam, but this is now cutting into the PC market a little bit. If the clicking is good, you know what I'm saying? I like this take, especially Microsoft. They've gone fully wide. Forget exclusivity. Microsoft just wants gamers on any platform, right? So you might see Microsoft on Nintendo, and then now you might see Sony versus Nintendo. And I think the place where Sony is right now, it's going to be a rough spot to get them out of this rut, especially now that they have a new console launching. You're going to have all the console hype around Switch, and then PC is going to eat up the rest. So I would be worried about what comes next for Sony. Microsoft has already figured it out. So if Sony's going to keep the traditional, well, we're going to have like a cheaper PC with all of these exclusives and our own first party titles, they need to be very careful going forward. It's going to be rough, but they got to figure it out. So this is a very interesting thing. This is not just Switch 2. There's like a lot of stuff happening here, and you're modernizing all your titles now. So Mario Kart is now like fully open world where you can just drive around on these courses, right? When you're not racing. And Donkey Kong is back. So like now you have a new character, well, not new, but a new old character that they're kind of like trying to revive these series. I think that they like the further that you bring these franchises back into the open, the better. So it's going to be a very interesting generation, in my opinion. And Nintendo is kicking it off with the Switch 2 because I think everything else is stagnant. And PlayStation is already working on the PlayStation 6. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Nintendo can drop absolute slop and everyone will eat it. Considering that it pays my bills now, I have to buy everything Nintendo. But I have my business card now, so we're going to totally expense the Switch 2. Did I just say that? What else? Somebody said something earlier. Clank-sama, thank you again for the membership. Oh, thank you guys for the donations and the membership. We're definitely doing a Minish Cap stream next week. The memberships thing is going to be a big deal. Like, I'm trying to push that. I was thinking about doing a Patreon because you guys know I don't take sponsorships. I get a lot of slop in my email, man. Like, a lot of things. Some probably are scams, others aren't. My first and only advertisement was Sega with Sonic X Shadow Generations on a Metroid video. So like, I think honestly, I want to go forward with the membership thing so that I don't really have to lean into sponsorships too much. Like I do want to make YouTube a full-time thing. That's my goal for like the next 2 years, I would say. My main goal for this year is 100,000 subscribers. And then going forward, I do want to just do this full time because it would allow me to just like really figure things out, like get a proper editor while I'm creating the stories, writing the script. I'm doing everything right now. So like, hopefully there's a time where like I can get all that figured out. But the memberships, I thought about doing a Patreon, which people seem to prefer Patreon versus YouTube memberships. So let me know if that's the thing I should do versus just doing memberships on YouTube, because I feel like it's easier on YouTube, right? But maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a reason people do the Patreon stuff versus YouTube. But all members are much appreciated. I think it's like $2 a month to become a member. And then I started posting it videos earlier for members. So you'll get videos as soon as they're done. And then I'll think of other perks as well. I'll shout you out during videos as well. So like things like that. I gotta like steal from other creators and see what they're doing. So Clank-sama said, your dad is 100% proud of you, man. Keep pushing forward and things can only go up from here, my man. Keep up the amazing work. We'll be here to watch. Thank you so much for those kind words. Patreon gives like non-video stuff optionally, blog posts, etc. Merch! That's the thing. You guys will get a free merch. I had to figure out what the merch looks like. The only reason I haven't had merch because I don't want like some shitty design on some random shirt. So I want to make sure something looks like good, you know, something that people would buy, and it's not just like my face, just like smiling, like, hey, I'm the Mentalk, buy my shirt. So I'm gonna figure that out. Clipped. We're getting free merch. Yes, if you are a member, you will get free merch. And it depends on the tier, right? So like maybe like the middle one, you'll get like a free shirt or whatever. Well, Mentalk, if you need an editor, hit me up. We'll talk, man. We'll talk. Because I'm strict. I'll let you know right now. But you're a decent editor. I've seen your stuff. Like, you're good, actually. So let's talk. Hit me up. Send me a DM. Probably won't answer it today or this weekend. I'll say hi, but I won't talk about the editing stuff until probably like next week. But send me a DM. Let's see. And then let me know like your costs and stuff too. IGN says the Switch 2 pre-orders start April 9th and will cost $449 and $499 for the $599 US dollars. Oh, wait. IGN Switch pre-order April 9th. Where am I going to be that day? Oh, it's next Wednesday. Okay. Is it this article? How to increase your chance of getting a new Nintendo Switch 2 on day one. There's no point in clicking a live pre-order link early if you're not logged in. The precious seconds it takes, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but when? Pre-order date. Oh, here it is. 10 minutes ago. Okay. All right, hold on. Hot off the press, guys. Hot off the press. Nintendo has officially announced that Switch 2 pre-orders will start on April 9th in the United States and April 8th in the UK. Why didn't they say this? Available on June 5th, this Nintendo Switch 2 was fully revealed today and will cost $449.99. You know this extra $50 is tariffs, right? Definitely tariffs right there. Let's see. So you can currently register your interest with Nintendo to be notified about pre-orders for Nintendo Switch 2 and accessories from My Nintendo store. Invitations to purchase will be sent via email on a first come first served. Oh, so they're doing the Oh no, they're not doing that. Okay, so let me get registered. Come on now. I want the bundle. Please sign in. What I need to log me in. What's going on here? I should add everything. Everything needs to be automated. I don't remember what my stuff is. Am I good on Google? Let's see what we can do right now. Like, what's the most that we can do in this moment in time? That is me. That is my name. You guys got my real name on screen. I don't think it's a secret, but still. All right, so I want this. Register interest. And my registration was submitted April 2nd. Eligible Nintendo account holders will receive an email. So if you have an account, I think you'll get it first. You'll get so PlayStation did this with me. Hopefully I get that too. Invitations to purchase will be sent via email on a first come first serve basis, prioritizing users within a 12-month Nintendo Switch Online membership. That's me. I did it. And at least 50 gameplay hours as of April 2nd. I think, okay, so I got to do that. Hey streamer, I can log in for you. Just send me your password. Oh, let me put it in the chat. My bad. Help me. Pre-order please. Date April 9th. All right, so we did get the cost out of today, so that's good. So with Mario Kart, it's going to be $499 US. $499.99, $500 for a Switch 2, which is a little pricey in my opinion, just a little bit. But I see the vision. Once priority users receive invites, remaining eligible registrants will be considered. Invitations are non-transferable and valid for 72 hours. So hopefully you're not in a coma for 72 hours. Purchases are limited to one system and one of each accessory per account. Nintendo Switch 2 is the next step in at-home gaming that can be taken on the go based on 8 years of play and discovery that began with the Nintendo Switch, said Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa. I nailed it, right? With its new features that expand the possibility of gaming experiences, I truly believe that Nintendo Switch 2 is a leap forward in our journey of putting smiles on the faces of everyone that Nintendo touches. He doesn't believe that, man. He's swimming in gold every night. This is a hefty chunk on the bank account. I'll be real. 500 is not cheap. And parents are going to be breaking bank if they're going to be donating to their children for $500. Oh! Nintendo Switch 2 includes Nintendo Switch 2 console. I hope so. 2 Joy-Con controllers. What does L and R mean? Does that mean the oh no, Joy-Con 2 grip? I assume that's the thing that you can lock it into, right? Or is that what the L and R is? Let me see. Switch L plus R. What does that mean? Maybe someone can explain that to me. I don't know what they're trying to specify here, but we get 2 Joy-Con controllers. Oh, the left and the right. I know it stood for left and right, but still, why? Of course we would get the left and the right. Why do they need to say that? Can you imagine? Yeah, it will be considered. Can you imagine you being on the board for considering who gets the invites to buy this? Can you imagine you're sitting here and you're just like, okay, there's like a council for it. How much Xenoblade Chronicles X have they played? 100 hours, sir. Yes, invite him. We want him. How much Smash has he played? Okay, so we get the Joy-Con 2 grip, Joy-Con 2 straps, the Nintendo 2 Switch 2 dock, ultra high speed HDMI cable. Guys, there is a difference between HDMI cables, so make sure you're on point with these things. Yeah, I hope they qualify me for both L and R. Like, what if I don't get the R and I just have to? You're gonna play with the left one. USB-C charging cable. I'm glad that we're sticking to USB-C. Stick to the standards. You can catch up on everything from today's Nintendo Direct here and read our full guide on how to secure your pre-order for the Nintendo Switch 2. I think I'm in pretty good shape. If you guys do not qualify for this, go ahead and get your 12-month Nintendo Switch Online membership and play 50 gameplay hours. Oh, as of April 12th. Oh, they already clocked you guys, man. It's too late. You can't do this now. I hope you guys have been playing your Switch. Oh. Let's see. Will be considered as like a parent replying, we'll see. Yeah, that's literally what this feels like, right? Then we'll consider you maybe after this first set. I hope you guys have qualified for this though. Hopefully you got a lot of Tears of the Kingdom on your save files for that 50 hour gameplay. Which is not technically, in the grand scheme of things, is not a lot if you had your Switch for a while. But yes, biggest thing to keep in mind then, make sure if you go to the Nintendo site, go ahead and put in your pick here to register for your interest to buy, because that's going to be the biggest thing for them to actually send you an invite. Let's see. Nintendo account holders in the US and Canada who are at least 18 years old will register. The first batch of invites will go out May 8th. Oh, so this is after. So I won't know. I won't know if I'm selected. So if I don't try to get my pre-order by April 9th, and I have to like, okay, so I'll do what I did last time with the PlayStation because that's exactly what happened. So I managed to get my system pre-ordered the day the pre-orders launched. But if I get selected for this, I will probably give the other to a friend or whatever. So friends, keep that in mind. Or do I give the chat like a raffle? I'll be like, here's a raffle for whoever gets the opportunity to purchase this. Initial invitation emails will be delivered on a first come first served basis. Invitees will have 72 hours from the time when the email is sent. Priority requirements are as followed. As of 4/2/2025, you must have been the one who purchased any Switch Online membership. IGN didn't state this. You must have had any paid Nintendo Switch Online membership for a minimum of 12 months. So you don't need the 12-month subscription, but you do need to have been subscribed for over 12 months. Yes, my members. So if you become a member, no, just kidding. I don't want to promise that on stream. I don't want to say that on stream. Some real Shadow Council shit for real. You must have opted in to share gameplay data. What? Whoa. You must have opted in to share gameplay data and have at least 50 hours of total gameplay. I feel like my skeptical self did not share my gameplay data. How do I do that? Oh no, am I not going to be considered? Remind me to check that later. Account settings. How do I know that I'm sharing my gameplay data? Are you kidding me with that? Privacy and other settings. That sounds right. Receive promotional data usage. Share it. Okay, I've been sharing it with Nintendo, so that was by default. So they've been tracking what I've been playing. They've been tracking all the scummy games I've been playing on their Switch system. On the go. All right, so, oops. All right, nothing there was nothing sensitive on there, so don't go back. Don't look at the VOD. All right. Let's see. Anything else? I think, is that pre-order date official? That pre-order date's official. That is confirmed by IGN. They have officially announced that Switch 2 pre-orders will start on April 9th. So Business Wire, this is a press release from Nintendo. Launches June 5th at $449.99. It's just very weird they didn't say it in the direct. I guess they didn't want to piss people off and they wanted to keep this hush-hush after the fact. From Redmond, Washington. I'll read this and then I will leave the stream for today. All together, anytime, anywhere. With new ways to play and new ways to connect players, the Nintendo Switch 2 system arrives June 5th for a suggested retail price of $449.99 in the United States. Discover reimagined Joy-Con 2 controllers, each of which can now be used as a mouse in compatible games, and that's snapped to the system with magnetic connectors. Experience the system's powerful processing speeds, delivering you visuals via a bigger screen showcasing vibrant color and clarity. And from the Switch 2 games to compatible games in existing Nintendo Switch libraries, connect and play with friends and family in surprising new ways. I just read this part. Race into Nintendo Switch 2 with Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart World Bundle for a suggested retail price of $499.99 on June 5th. Then they talk about game chats, which people can play games and talk to everyone like we've been doing for the last 10 years. No, it's more like 5, but man, this might eat up Discord's pie a little bit too. Discord is so bloated these days. So this is probably a good move for Nintendo. I see why they did it on their own. Just make sure it works, right, Nintendo? And then when initiating a game chat session, the users invite people from their friends list. Safety features are in place to help players have a safe and secure chat experience. What if I don't want it to be safe? You have a large vivid screen, 7.9-inch built-in LCD screen that displays in full HD at 1080p. And I think when you lock it into the dock, it's 4K. I tend to play on the dock more so than I play portable these days. It's just more comfortable for me that way. Joy-Con 2 controllers attached to the system magnetically. There's a new freely adjustable stand, which is a great addition because the one on the Switch sucks so bad. How many have you guys have broken that off and had to like put it back in and fix it so many times? Oh, that's the stuff. I've missed my Mentalk ASMR. I never realize when I read things, I naturally move closer to the mic and I start whispering. All right, so a new freely adjustable stand and a new USB-C port. So the angle of the new stable stand on the back, which is a whole clamp, as you guys can see, like, so it spans the whole Switch now. You just pull that out. So no more falling over, especially on a plane. If you guys ever use the stand on a plane, it's horrible. While Nintendo Switch has one USB-C port on the bottom of the system, it has one at the top so you can charge double the speeds. Plug it in twice and see what happens. I wouldn't recommend it, but still. Wouldn't that be funny if you can supercharge stuff that way? Which makes it possible for players to use the included AC adapter to charge the system while playing in tabletop mode, which was a huge thing with the Switch, I think, right? Like, what was the controller that you can't plug in and then play portable at the same time? Was it the gamepad? No, you could play with the gamepad plugged in. My mind's all mixed up right now, but I'd have to look at the anatomy of my Switch to remember. Which makes it possible for players to use the AC adapter to charge and play in tabletop mode. Oh yeah, so the charge thing was at the bottom. So it was like, it was hard for it to stand up while the charge was there. So that was annoying. And also it didn't seem to take much of a charge. Like, I think it was expelling more battery than the charge was putting in, strangely enough. Nintendo Switch is not good at like taking in battery. It takes a while. It's also possible to connect a compatible USB-C camera, so you don't need the Switch 2 camera exclusively to enjoy video chat. So I think that's pretty cool. The price for games are crazy. $80 per game. Is that true? Do we know the costs? Oh, wait. I get what you're saying. All right, we got to do basic maths here. $450. No, that's about $50 for the bundle. Did they say the games are $80? Because that'd be insane. Crisp audio quality and spatial 3D sound. And of course, improved CPU and GPU. We know that. What I think is cool is that they have now the 3D sound range. You don't even need 3D headphones. You just plug it in, you'll get 3D sound. I think that's going to be big for specific games for atmosphere, like Metroid and Zelda, for instance. But of course, it goes beyond that. On Nintendo's official website? No. I might have to go into these later. Ask the Developer is really cool. I would check that out if possible. No, I don't want your I don't want to give you feedback. Do they have games available here? Shop. Oh yeah, look, Bonanza. How much does it cost about this game? It's a cool site. This is really nice. All right, get me to the price. Stop, Donkey Kong. Get me to the price. If anybody can tell me where to... Oh, see, no, this is $70. 70 US dollars. I don't know if you're in another country, because then it might be a little bit more. But yes, I am not a fan of the $70 cost, but this is the new world. This is our new wave now. Wasn't Tears of the Kingdom $70? And I think they tried that and it worked because Tears of the Kingdom sold a lot. So of course that is the new norm for Nintendo. Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart will cost $80. Yeah, you're just quoting that. Don't lie to me. What happened to my music? I've lost all of my... There it is. I was putting on like a nice spring playlist. All right, we'll do Animal Crossing on our way out. All right, so finishing up this press release. Internal storage of 256 gigabytes. I feel like this is small. I think I bought a new micro SD card. I bought one extra micro SD card for my Switch, and that's been handling everything. I'm actually surprised at the amount of games that are still on that card. Whenever I look in my library, I'm like, man, this is still downloaded. I didn't have to delete this. This seems a bit small considering the age that we're in now, but Of course, you can buy a new microSD Express. Keep in mind, they're switching over to that. So you probably should buy like a terabyte one or whatever and just call it a day. Tears of the Kingdom sold a lot, but many did think it ultimately wasn't worth $70, but the wallet spoke. Yeah, if Breath of the Wild was $60, Tears of the Kingdom should also have been $60. I agree with that. Nintendo Switch games are also playable on Nintendo Switch 2, so fully backwards compatible. You can also physically put the Nintendo Switch cartridge into the Switch 2 because it's the same size. Switch 2 can play compatible physical and digital games released on Nintendo Switch. They always want to cover their ass by saying compatible, but I'm going to assume most of them will work. Some Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. I guess we'll get a full list of that later, and meaning they don't know which ones. It's probably going to be like third-party ones that we'd have to worry about. Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers and peripherals such as the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, which I want to invest in, will also be usable on Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, they mean the original, but there's also a new Switch 2 Pro controller. By connecting them wirelessly to the system. For more information on compatibility with Switch games and accessories, please check the website. Are they going to tell me outright which ones don't? No, of course not. What a cop-out, Nintendo. There's a new dock. I'm excited about this dock because you can output at 4K, which is cool. You can play games up to 120 FPS. I am curious to see which ones will do that. This would be amazing in Mario Kart. I feel like Mario Kart's going to get this down first thing. But when you start getting to bigger titles like Zelda, it's probably not going to be that. And Donkey Kong, I wouldn't think it would hit 120 because I know Nintendo, but we'll see. Via compatible games and TVs. So get your TVs that are compatible, guys, especially for HDR and 4K. Come on, get that 4K OLED. Multiple people can play one title with game share. I wonder how far this is going to extend. They used to do this with Nintendo DS and 3DS to an extent. I remember Mario Kart. If you had Mario Kart, you could play with like 3 other people, but they would just be shy guys. They couldn't pick a character, but you could race with them on any course, which was awesome. Does Switch 1 work with the new dock? Can you imagine you just put your Switch 1 in there and it's like, I've evolved. I'm now a Switch 2. That's all you need to do this whole time. So with Game Share, a new Nintendo Switch 2 feature, players can share and play the game with others who do not have the game. If one person has a Nintendo Switch 2 system and a game compatible with Game Share, I feel like Split Fiction will probably be the first example of this in Mario Kart World. That person can invite others to temporarily play the same game together via local play with their Nintendo Switch 2 or Nintendo Switch system. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so depending on the game, someone with their Nintendo Switch could essentially play the Switch game. But I guess that's not going to be for everything. I doubt you'll be able to play Nintendo Switch World using a Switch using Game Share. Between Nintendo Switch 2 systems, Game Share can also be used along with Game Chat for online play, which they spent like 30 minutes talking about. This is the game cards. So this was announced at the last Direct, and I wasn't there for that. But virtual game cards adds benefits to digital games. So I'm wondering what this is. Players can easily manage all their purchased digital games. So you play games on 2 different systems or even lend or borrow games. So you'll have the game cards that represent that you own that game, which I think is pretty cool because sometimes I lose track of like what I've downloaded. I'm trying to get back into the physical realm. The virtual game card menu shows all of the digital games purchased with a user's Nintendo account, making easy to access the games and then load them on another system, which is nice because it's very easy to keep track of this. Can I get my Wii U games back? Can I get my Wii games back? Once a virtual game card is loaded onto a system, it can be played even if the system is not connected to the internet, which is cool. And other users who are on that system can also play that game. Additionally, digital games can be lent and borrowed among members of the same Nintendo account family group in the form of virtual game cards via local wireless communication. So how do I get a virtual card? Oh, we will definitely all dream of that C button tonight. If you guys take anything from this, just understand, all you need to know is C. C is me. I was trying to figure out how to rhyme and it didn't work. Okay, that's actually sick. Digital games historically, not ownership. So that's an interesting step in the right direction. Yeah, at least they're calling out the fact that we have a hard time keeping track of what we own digitally. because you could log into your website, like your Nintendo account, and see a list of it. But now there's virtual game cards. And then now what that means to me is I have historical record of that I can pay forward for future systems. And hopefully Nintendo continues to support that going forward. That's the big thing. So if there's a Switch 3, am I still like getting the support for the Switch games that I have on that virtual card? I think that's a good move. Especially like with all the things that were lost with Wii U, 3DS, DS. Man, the DS and 3DS library are just like fucked, man. Like it's just because of the tech itself. You have 2 screens. How do you port games like that, you know? Unless you actually go back and do it. So like that's a lost library that I feel that's a big move. Like if the Switch 2 can handle that somehow, we need some DS games ported back into the Switch 2. Yeah, Soul Silver is like my favorite DS game of all time, man, and one of my favorite Pokemon games. Because Silver used to be my favorite, but Soul Silver was, it was like Game Freak's, I don't know, like, sorry, Pokemon Black and White fans, but that was like Game Freak's like last hurrah for me. They've been putting out like decent, like I like Scarlet and Violet, but to like Heart Gold and Soul Silver, oh my god, amazing games. Let's see. Nintendo Switch Online will be available on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I need to find out if they're gonna raise the price. On Nintendo Switch 2, players with a Nintendo Switch Online membership will be able to use features like Game Chat along with existing online features. For a limited time, keep in mind limited, all Nintendo Switch 2 owners can access Game Chat without an online membership. They kind of did a similar thing with the Switch where it was like free for a while. Which lasts until the end of March 2026. So after that time, a Nintendo Switch Online membership will be required to use Game Chat. In addition, for Nintendo Switch 2 owners, Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics. I love how they specify that this is not going to be more than just Nintendo titles. You guys are just getting the Nintendo Classics and that's it. Will be released right at the system's launch. Players with a Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership and a Nintendo Switch 2 system, there's just like so much lingo here, will be able to access a growing collection of Nintendo GameCube games with clear image quality and higher resolution than the original releases, which is cool, but I'll be the judge of that. The classic game lineup available at release will be F-Zero GX, which is cool because I've been trying to do a video on this, but I don't know if I have to. I can't wait until June to put out an F-Zero video. Come on. I liked in Scarlet and Violet when my Switch caught fire and entered stop motion mode because I turned my camera too fast. You know what? Why is that game not being re-released for the Switch 2? I'm surprised that wasn't announced either. Because I feel like that game, out of all games on the Switch, needed it. The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker and Soul Calibur 2. This is pretty measly. Oh, wait. They showed a few others, like Chibi Robo and Luigi's Mansion. But still, I think we're going to need more here. Can we bring back Wario World, please? Shout out to my Wario World video. If you haven't seen it, go watch that. I'm going to chill a video while I'm... Let me see, Men Talk Wario World. Is it the first thing that comes up? It is. The Wario game nobody played. Go show that one some love. I thought it would get more views because my last Wario video got 1.7 million views. So how come nobody cared about this? And oh, it's because nobody played Wario World. But yeah, go watch that one. I thought that was a fun video to make. So finishing this up, along with the classic games, a dedicated wireless controller designed after the original GameCube controller will be available for purchase. Which to me, this means that they are releasing a new Smash game at some point. That's all that means to me. It's like we gotta cover our ass before like we even like fuck with Smash again for the Switch 2. Nintendo Switch t-shirts, Nintendo Switch bagels, and cream cheese sold separately. A variety of accessibility features. You know, this doesn't really apply to me, but I am big on gaming companies leaning into accessibility. They don't really go much into it here, but support the wide range of gameplay styles. Switch 2 offers a variety of new accessible... Oh, you can adjust the font size? I thought there was going to be more. Oh, but they have a screen reader now and speech-to-text features within Game Chat. So at least they are considering these things. Safe and secure game experience. Fuck them kids. I'm not reading this part. New games for a new system. Nintendo Switch 2 will launch with games that highlight new capabilities while bringing everyone along for the ride, from brand new titles and system exclusives like Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, to exhilarating experiences like fuck EA Sports. Cyberpunk, was that announced? Or is that when the stream was messing up? That's cool to have there. Cyberpunk 2077 on a Nintendo console? Come on now. Upgraded version. So I thought this was interesting too. Super Mario Party Jamboree with Jamboree TV, where you get to fuck around with your friends. Hell yeah. That's what we're talking about. Put the pedal to the metal in Mario Kart World, a brand new experience set in a vast interconnected environment, which I think is big for Mario Kart. That's like super cool that you get to do that. Race seamlessly across connected course, Forza style. Race seemingly across connected courses that deliver Mario Kart racing like never before. 24 drivers can compete in a race. 24. Now, is that all online? Because that'd be crazy too. And how many people can do it split screen? Participate in the new Knockout Tour mode, where you'll barrel through back-to-back courses and checkpoints. I think we needed the Knockout Tour. It's going to be mandatory when I play with anybody. Because if you suck, just get cut. I can't have you in the finals when things get serious, all right? So get your game up. Get your game up on the Mario Kart stuff. And don't blame me if you get eliminated. Get good. So Knockout Tour, we need to get the trim the fat, right? Cull the chaff. Is that the word? Is that the saying? I don't even know right now. All right, so you'll get through courses and checkpoints with no pit stops along the way. If a player doesn't make it to each checkpoint at a high enough placement, they will be eliminated. Then you have free roam mode, where you can go off the racetrack and drive in any direction you wish. Explore areas that pique your interest. Take some photos at seating spots. I wonder if they need to put like a ton of Easter eggs in there. What if there's like a pipe that you can go down, and then all of a sudden it's like traditional Mario gameplay for a minute, and then they reveal in that pipe Star Fox Universe. That's the name. Separate the wheat from the chaff. That was trim the fat, cull the chaff. I mean, I guess you're culling the chaff when you separate the wheat from the chaff, so it kind of works. I said it. It worked out. They announced Cyberpunk. It was during the tech snafu, but Johnny's voice is instant recognition. Okay, so yeah, that's when it happened. That makes sense. That's why we didn't actually see it. I had to go to the UK version. Get ready for Donkey Kong Bonanza, a brand new 3D platforming action adventure. Available exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. Crash, bash, and climb through nearly everything in DK's path and tear off chunks. I hate that they said that. I don't know why I don't like this. Of terrain to swing around and throw in groundbreaking exploration. The more that it is demolished with powerful punches, the more areas open up to discover. I kind of want to look at the trailer one more time before I go. And that's going to be July 17th. New capabilities for Nintendo Switch 2 allow for compatible physical and digital releases to receive paid Nintendo 2 edition upgrade packs featuring enhanced Okay, so this, I need to know what the price is for those upgrade packs though. So if I have Tears of the Kingdom, I don't want to pay $20 to play it again on Switch 2 and not finish it. You know what I'm saying? I already played Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think I'm going to go back into that game. I want to like give it a 10-year break. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm wondering. How much is this going to cost? Hey, Mentalk, as part of that survey that they ask you to do, they want you to record a video of your experience and share it. Wait, explain. As part of that survey, they want you to record a video of your experience and share it. The one that they asked me to do on the Nintendo site, why would I record a video? Unless Nintendo decided to feature me and my feedback on their site and say, this is the Mentalk and we love him and we support everything that he does, go follow him. I don't want to send them that. I hope no one heard that. I hope Nintendo didn't hear that. All right, so starring Super Mario Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 edition with Jamboree TV, featuring unique new modes and mini games that showcase mouse controls, the system's built-in mic. Sounds like there's no new mini games though. Like, I don't think they're adding to the actual Jamboree, if you get what I'm saying. And then Nintendo Switch 2 camera sold separately. Invite friends I love how there's so many asterisks by this. It's like, invite friends. Fuck. To join Bowser Live, a game show themed experience with 2v2 team battles. I think this could be fun with the right group. And physical challenges. I love how I said with the right group because they're people that you just don't want to work with. But beware, losing teams may have to answer to Bowser himself. Get ready to see what's new in this party when it launches July 24th. So like they're turning out summer. I love how Nintendo is actually like making a typically slow time frame their bitch. Because normally people don't like to release during the summer, or indie folks tend to release in the summer because it's quieter on the AAA side of things. And they know GTA 6 is releasing later this year, so they're trying to get ahead of that too, I'm sure. Now, is GTA 6 going to be available for Switch 2? That's another story. I doubt it. See the Kingdom of Hyrule in a whole new way. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have Nintendo Switch 2 editions. Available with performance upgrades, smoother frame rates. I wonder how this runs, man. Is this going to be the Tears of the Kingdom the way it's meant to be? Like, don't get me wrong, Tears of the Kingdom runs beautifully, but it's not smooth. It's really not smooth. And there's a lot of slowdown from time to time when things get crazy. So I'm curious to see if this is just like smooth all the way through. We don't have to worry about that. I don't want to get topped by Bowser Live. This is on cam because I didn't do the Joy-Con jerk fast enough. That's... Oh, with the new Nintendo Cam and Nintendo mic, Nintendo is always listening and watching you do the Joy-Con jerk now. And then they get to play it in their business meetings and laugh at you live in front of all of their other people. I submitted the video. I feel violated by Nintendo now. Yeah, that's because it's Nintendo. It's family friendly. I know we look at Meta and X and all these places like, man, what are they doing with my data? But just picture it for a moment. Nintendo casually just has all that shit. And I didn't even realize. And I'm very, very like on top of like the things that I'm picking and consenting to online. But it's crazy. Nintendo's like, no, don't worry, man. You're sharing your gameplay experience with us. It's to make it better for you. Also on the way is an update to the Nintendo Switch app. I still don't have this app. Previously known as the Nintendo Switch Online app. I love the rebrand. Called Zelda Notes. They did say what this was. Okay. We're replacing pen and paper with Zelda Notes. This game-specific service is exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of the games and helps players navigate to various locations, like that difficult-to-find shrine or hidden Korok. Yeah, we needed this, bruv. Why are we getting this now? But as I was saying, I think I would love Nintendo to lean more into this, because now that we don't have the Wii U gamepad, I don't know if you remember, guys, or remember a time, there was a console called the Wii U. And on this gamepad, right here, this thing was amazing. Because it was literally a second screen while you were playing your game. So in making the Switch, they lost a second screen. And so those who played Breath of the Wild, which originally released on the Wii U, and the Nintendo, Xenoblade Chronicles X, your map used to just be there. You didn't have to pause or do anything. You didn't have to go to a different menu. You didn't have to check anything. Look at all the dust on it. But you didn't have to check anything. It was just there. So like, as I bought the definitive edition of Xenoblade Chronicles X, like I just miss having my map available to me. I could look down at any time. I could write on it. I could use the stylus to like mark things and like place little dots and stuff. It was like, there's no other gaming experience that way when I can't do that. You know, so going into the menu is very tedious. And then you have to use buttons and controls to use the marks and stuff like that. It's annoying. So I'm hoping with this app, what they do is they just cut the loss on this and they start releasing more maps on these things that connect to your Switch 2. That'd be amazing if they could do that. Ugh, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I miss watching Netflix. I remember watching Jessica Jones on this thing in my bed. I don't know why that series in particular, but like Netflix used to be running on this thing alone. Like everything was being streamed to this pad, so you didn't have to worry about slowdown there either. I don't know. Ahead of its time. I'm sorry that this didn't work out. And people make fun of the Wii U. It's a good device, man. It's a good system. It's a good console. They just didn't market it properly. That's it. That's it. All right, let me finish this. Kirby's 3D platforming. Oh yeah, sorry. So you can do like extra stuff, and it has commentary from Princess Zelda herself that was not part of the original games. Oh, now I need to get that majestic UK British voice that I can hear full time now. I need that on my phone. What are we doing? I can get calls from Zelda? Yeah, when Luke Cage got coffee with her. Exactly. Both upgraded titles will be available launch day, which is cool. I guess the only big launch title we're getting is Mario Kart. Kirby's 3D platforming adventure gets an extra Nintendo Switch 2 boost in Kirby and the Forgotten Land, plus Starcross World. A mysterious meteor crashes in the world of Kirby and the Forgotten Land, revealing a new story for Kirby. I guess I need to go play this too. I feel like I've abandoned my Kirby series, so I gotta get back to it at some point. He must use his abilities, including new mouthful modes. I loved when Kirby put that mouth on things. To clear a trail through uncharted territory. The upgrade pack will include this new content, which can be played in single player. Oh, so that means I can transfer my saves over, get the upgrade pack, and I don't have to replay the game because my save should be intact. So maybe we can do that. And maybe the same would go for Zelda and all that stuff. So maybe I can just jump back into the game and like just finish the things that I didn't finish for the Zeldas.
Pretty lonely here.
Oh, we got it. Hey, thank you, Sonic, for that rousing.
It must get pretty.
Stop! Don't start over again. Pharaohs, thank you for the donation. I appreciate you, bruv. Good stuff. You guys have really supported today. Thank you so much. All right, so we have Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. This title will release on both Switch and Switch 2, with the latter allowing for both standard controls and Joy-Con 2 mouse controls, which I think is going to be a big deal. I actually might buy it to try the mouse controls instead, because I think I've been saying, maybe I said this in my Prime video, but like just having like a mouse, like playing Metroid Prime with a mouse and keyboard would probably be like crazy. Great games overall, but man, like this is changing things. So we'll see how the mouse system works and if it's even enjoyable. So that's another thing. Choose between quality and performance mode. We're doing it. Both of which support HD. Why can't I have both? Why can't they perform and be high quality? When are we gonna get out of this middle ground? I'm tired of this shit. Okay, both of which support HDR based on your preference and playstyle. Explore the immersive world in 4K at 60 FPS, which is, I guess, is not bad. Or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120 FPS on compatible displays when the game launches in 2025. I love how we still don't have a date for this. I wonder if like Retro Studios is doing it last minute as they always do. All right, and then we have Pokemon Legends Z. How do you say this? ZA? Z through A? Z-A? Z-A? I'm still excited for this because I loved Arceus a lot. So we'll see how this looks. Kirby Air Riders. Sorry, Sonic. A brand new title originated from the Nintendo GameCube classic racing action game Kirby Air Ride. I don't know if anyone's played the original. I did talk about this in a video, and it was like cool for its time. I think like probably slightly overrated from nostalgia, like based on nostalgia, just in my opinion. But I'm glad he's going back to it because the director of Super Smash Bros. Series has announced the release for this year. The trailer revealed in a dramatic introduction of Kirby on his Warp Star machine and other Kirby Air Riders on a variety of unique machines as they join together on a racetrack. And so if this drops 2025, I wonder if they're going to run into the same thing that they did with Air Ride, because Double Dash came out earlier in the year. So they're doing the exact same thing. So in the GameCube, the Double Dash came out a few months before Air Ride, and then reviewers felt that if you want to get the ultimate racing Nintendo experience, just go play Mario Kart, is like what a lot of them said. Despite like how it's being like a cool thing for Kirby, Mario Kart Double Dash is probably the better thing to do. So they're doing the same thing again. And I feel like Mario Kart World is probably a lot to chew on for these folks. So, Zay, you are late. I will have the stream up. You can watch after. So once I'm done, like, go watch everything because there was a lot of information. But we got Switch 2. It's going to be $449.99 if you're curious. And it launches June 5th. Pre-orders go out April 9th. That's all you need to know. Oh, and also, you should go register for them to invite you to get a console. Actually, I'll go ahead and I'll put that link in the chat for everybody because we need to be on top of our game here. Where's my stream info? So many tabs, man. So many tabs. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to put this in the chat. You guys head over there to Nintendo.com. If you have an account, I would go ahead and put in that you are looking to get an invite to pre-order or like order your Switch 2 if you're still looking to get it. That's where you confirm that you've been registered or whatever. All right, let me finish this up now. Kirby Air Riders, we went through that. Use the Joy-Con 2 mouse controls and enjoy a new experience by strapping into Drag Drive. I didn't really like that game. It didn't look too promising for me. A new online 3v3 game experience, drag and drive. This is not and. Pronounced drag and drive. This is not an and. We need to stop doing this. Stop putting this X everywhere. Why are we doing this? This could mean X. This could mean cross. Did you guys know Sonic X Shadow Generations? This is how it's pronounced. It's pronounced Sonic X Shadow Generations. Why? Also, when I was calling it for a very long time, Sonic Shadow Generations, because I'm skipping this X sometimes. But then some people say Sonic Cross Shadow Generations if you have the X. And now Nintendo's saying this is pronounced and. I'm glad they put this here though. But stop using this X. We need to stop doing this. Stop using the X. All right. Challenges players to use the mouse controls with both Joy-Con 2 at the same time to intuitively steer, speed up, perform tricks, and make tricks such as dunks. So get ready to gear up. This is essentially Powerball or whatever. What's the wheelchair basketball? Oh, that's literally what it's called? I thought it had a special name to it. Okay, well, yeah, that's what that game is. A Nintendoized version of that one. And you get to use the mouse to move the wheelchair things. And it's like, it's interesting. I think it's pronounced kisses, like Sonic Kisses Shadow Generations. The Japanese love the X to mean cross. I don't know what Nintendo is cooking with it in Drag Cross Drive, though. I'm going to call it that now. All right, I think we're getting to... Oh, there's a lot of... Okay, so I'm not going to cover all the third-party stuff, but... While it's understandable that players would want to hit the ground running or racing with Nintendo Switch 2, they can explore a variety of features and details the new system has to offer. They have that virtual exhibition with Switch 2 Welcome Tour. I'm surprised there's no like official like launch title though. I think that's Mario Kart. But we're not getting like a Nintendo Land or a Wii Sports type of game or like a Wii Fitness or whatever the Wii U one was. I think it was Nintendo Land. Wii Sports Resort. But we're not getting anything like that, which is a little strange. 1-2 Switch was the one for the Switch, which people didn't like very much, but still, this seemed like a very watered down experience here. But I'm going to try it out anyway because Nintendo has surprised me with these like little tech demo things that they've done in the past. Exciting games from global developers and publishers. I think the biggest one here is Dusk Bloods. The moon tears will flow for one and one all in the Dusk Bloods. A brand new multiplayer title from the creators of Dark Souls and Elden Ring. FromSoft. It's gonna launch next year, but my guy Miyazaki is on it. Hades 2 is a big one, though I am not buying this until it's released, which I guess Hades 2 will come when it's released on Nintendo Switch 2. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. I think this is pretty cool because you get to experience what happened in the war that Zelda was like experiencing while Link was doing things in the future or like the present. I think it makes so much sense to have it take place at that point in time, though I don't know if I'm like tired out of Hyrule Warriors at this point. I bought the latest Dynasty Warriors, which is pretty cool, but I didn't finish it. So I don't know if I would finish this one either. The other Hyrule Warriors on the Switch for Breath of the Wild had a lot of slowdown too, and that turned me off. So maybe now that we have like a smooth working one for the Switch too, this would be a cool thing to have here. Split Fiction, that's a no-brainer. Cyberpunk 2077, which is on every console now. They're really trying to make their money back on that game, which I think they did. You know it's coming. Hyrule Land in Orlando, Florida soon, right after the live action movie in 2027. So they got to get the Donkey Kong stuff set up first in Orlando, which I think is launching at the same time as Super Nintendo World this year. So I think we'll have both that and Donkey Kong in Orlando, Florida in May, June. I know it's just going to be crazy to get into those parks for a while. Hyrule Warriors 1 is still the most appealing to me. I really enjoyed that game. That was for the original Wii U, and it had an original plot where like all the links came together. So it's like, that was a good one. I'm surprised. We have a Switch version of that, right? Hyrule Warriors Switch version. Yeah, definitive edition. Okay. Yeah, if I would recommend any of them, I would recommend this because it has its own like cool story. It has its own like unique link in there as well, which people don't tend to talk about very often. Maybe I need to talk about it. Maybe I need to talk about all Hyrule Warriors games. Shove it up in your own ass game, you know what I'm saying? Points to anyone that gets that reference. All right, Remake is pretty big. That's pretty big that it can run on this. Or no, this Remake, so we need Rebirth. Never mind. Street Fighter 6 is a good move. Street Fighter has returned to Nintendo finally. Civ 7 is interesting because now you have a mouse, a Joy-Con that can serve as a mouse, right? So unless the mouse sucks, this feels like a no-brainer to me too. But Civ 7 I heard sucks, so I don't know. Should I invest? Am I gonna do a Civ stream with my friends? Can we do that? Do I need to return to Twitch for all of these like one-off streams? Maybe I need to do that. Maybe it's time for the Men Talk to come back to Twitch. There was a time. Hogwarts Legacy. Bravely Default Flying Fairy. I recommend Bravely Default to anybody who has a vague interest in RPGs. This is a really, really, really cool game. And the plot is good. Like, excellent plot twist at the end. I won't say anymore. Borderlands 4. I'm like Borderlands out. And then we have a bunch of other stuff here. And then all of the caveats are all of the caveats are all listed here. I don't know what these things apply to, and I'm not going to scroll back up to find out. And that's the end of the press release. So yes, I guess like I give the whole thing an 8 out of 10. I will be investing in this because I have to. If I did not have a channel, would I be paying for it? Maybe I'd wait, but I'd be a totally different Men Talk at this point if I didn't have my channel. So it's hard to say if I would have purchased this, whether I had the channel or not. But I think that about it does it for the Nintendo Switch 2 stream. I miss being 18 and excited for Borderlands. I mean, come on, boner farts, like, you know, I hope boner farts come back. Explains why Street Fighter 6 content has been so slow, at least partially. Yeah, so like all of these people had to keep it under wraps and work towards Switch. But I want to thank everybody for joining me today. You didn't have to join me. You could have just went to the Nintendo stream. So like, I appreciate you guys for coming in and spending some time with me. I'm gonna head out. Thank you for all the donations today. Now that we have 5 super chats, I think 6 now, locked in, I will be streaming the Minish Cap next week. Let's say Thursday or Friday, but keep tabs on the channel. I'll get something scheduled at some point in time. As far as videos go, I don't have the next one in progress at the moment. So when I get back from all the things that I need to take care of, like for the funeral and stuff like that, then I'll, start working on videos again and try to get back on track. I think like what I'm leading up to is a Super Smash 64 video, just that video, not like for all Smashes. And what I'm doing leading up to that is covering all the characters in the original Smash, which I've done for the last 2-3 years, right? So I have Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, like all those guys. I think the only ones left, just so you guys are aware, is a Pokemon video to cover Pikachu and Jigglypuff, our boy Captain Falcon, and Ness, Earthbound. I think I'm covered everywhere else. Those are the last 3 that I need to handle. So I need to do all of those things before I do a Smash 64 video. So just know those are coming, but I might spend some time in Zelda for a bit. Don't take that out of context. Thank you guys again. Pharaohs, have a great day. Zombie Souffle, make a video comparing Shadow to Mewtwo. I might do that, you know, death battle or whatever. Frizzle, I miss you too, man. Thank you for joining. I hope this was a nice little stream to go with your morning coffee. Suikoden 2 is getting an anime. I need to get on my Suikoden stuff, man. They re-release stuff. That's what I gotta like go buy, the remasters. I heard good things. Aside from that, Mr. Magellanica Maven. I hope I said that right, because like I have dyslexia at the moment. Clank Sama, thank you again for the membership. Anyone else who wants to add to the memberships, please do so. I will have perks this year. That's my goal. Maybe some merch by the end of 2025. Let's make it happen. Maybe for Men's October. We'll see. I'll be doing Minish Cap. I'll cover Minish Cap and the Four Swords series. So that'll probably be next for me. And then we'll see if we get into like the Twilight Princess era stuff. That's yet to be seen. Maybe I'll stop at Twilight Princess and then move on to the next thing after that. Thank you again, everyone. Really appreciate your time, and I'm out. Mwah. The prophet has spoken.